I still love that video. I still love that.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing out there?
Things are great. Just look at Joe. He's so.
I finished my coffee, so I have energy now.
And he was jamming out to the music big time. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Chair dancing. It's mandatory. I mean, how did you get Kraftwerk to do the music for your show? That's just, that's leveraging connections there, sir.
Too funny. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining our stream. And as you know, we have a couple special guests here today. We have Ron from Ron's Computer Videos.
I don't know how special a guest I am. I'm a slut. If you invite me on your show, I will be there.
Oh, Ron, we love you.
And then we also have Mr. Joe from Joe's Computer Museum.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Joe.
I'm not wired, I promise.
So anyway, so as the banner says, we're going to try to put the lovely board that Ron graciously donated to my channel, the TTL upgrade, and we're going to have a special Mac Plus.
Is that how magnifying works? I mean, it looks like it's getting slightly. Yeah. I'm like that guy. From Top Secret.
Yeah. Almost forgot. There we go. Gotta get the camera there. There we go. That's the one we're going to be putting in it here. There we go.
Yeah. So and these are 1.0 boards, so you are a brave individual, sir. Who knows what angry pixies might lurk inside that IC? Who can say? But I will say that Joe helped me source like the proper XOR gate and the proper cap and everything. So I feel very confident that will only slightly damage your retro machines. So
that's a fusible chip, right? It's designed to blow open, right? So
yes, it's actually make sure that if it's going to explode, you get your eye right over the top of it. Like you want some like Italian giallo horror like effects like going on with your eye meat.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, you might get one of these little legs poking in the eye there, right? There we go. There you go. Mm-hmm. So where are your safety glasses? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So what we're gonna do? Now I don't have the right video display to totally test this thing on, but we're going to get 90% of it done by, we're going to wire the board up to the analog board, and then we're going to feed some wires on the output, and then we're going to wait for our other solution to come in so we can make sure that it works properly. But we can test the voltages too on it, because we need voltages, horizontal, vertical, and I think ground, right?
You know, I read online today on Joe's blog at jcm1.com that you could put 12 volts into a 5-volt chip, no problem. Just install a big enough heatsink. Turns out that's all that's required, folks. So you heard it first here.
No.
After you read it first there.
No. Please don't do that. I mean, I want to fix more stuff, but please don't break it so I have to fix it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you don't want to go fishing for stuff to fix. But actually, that's why I kept 12 volts off this board, and why I would say, unless you like on solution. Well, sorry, I'm not trying to like jump in here, but on solutions like SCSI to SD or on Blue SCSI and stuff like that, you've got that Berg connection. Oh, actually. That's not
external doesn't have it.
I was going to say this is the programming. Don't plug a Berg cable in there.
No.
Actually, yes. Plug one in and then immediately order another Blue SCSI
from JC and Dad
because that's what's going to happen. But I was going to say, because that puts 12 volts out here, and every chip on here is 5 volts. If you can, don't. Doesn't that seem like good advice?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can get away with it, don't do it.
Joe approves.
See, I knew it. See, 12 volts, 5 volts, whatever. Big heat sink. We're good to go.
More V's are better. Anyway.
Never can have too much voltage, right?
Yeah. Dave, can I tell people about this thing?
Absolutely. Go right
All
ahead.
right. Cool. Thank you, sir. A very long time ago, because this is kind of a brag on Joe too. So I feel good in telling the story. A very long time ago, I reached out to Joe and I said, Joe, you remember when you were a young man? And he goes, I was never young.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, I know. He was like, what are you doing in my basement? I was oh. So but I was telling him, I was like, you remember Larry Pina? He wrote those books. It was like, like Macintosh repair and whatever secrets. It's got more words than that I remember right now. But anyway, Larry Pina had a very simple circuit diagram in his book. And it was basically like, hey, if you've got a Mac or a 128, a 512K, a plus, you can make this really simple circuit and use it to output TTL video to like all of these cool, like, page white and green or yellow phosphor and purple horseshoe and all these different PC monitors of the time. And purple horseshoes.
Green shamrock.
And don't forget red balloons. Red balloons. Those are the best ones. They turn your pee orange.
I did not know that.
But the cool thing about it was that he made this little circuit diagram, and I thought, that's really cool. And there were a number of like companies like Focus and stuff over the years that made like they were 100% pre-rolled, ready to go. You plug it into your LCD projector, plug it into your displays, whatever you wanted to do. And so I always wanted one, but never could get one or anything like that. And so many, many years later, I reached out to Joe and I said, Joe, I got this great idea for this project. And he was very encouraging and said, if this is something you've always wanted to do and you think that it's something you could give back to the community, you should absolutely do it. So I made some preliminary designs and I sent to Joe and he said, those suck. He's like, what are you thinking? That's what I like about Joe. Joe is
big
on feedback.
I'm not quite right yet. I believe
and he's not afraid to take you aside and just tell you you're doing a terrible job. And that is the mark of
like you always say, man, feedback is a gift.
It is. Feedback is a gift. That is the mark of a true mentor. If someone will take you aside, take time out of their day, take you aside, just tell you you're doing a terrible job. That's how you know that person's looking out for you. So I sent Joe some pictures and he goes, yeah, that kind of works. And yeah, what do you think? And yeah, it's change this. Might want to look into this, whatever. And I said, okay, I'll do some of those things. And so I came up with kind of like a more finalized design, and Eric Helgeson from the Blue SCSI project was very kind, and he kind of walked me through some of my KiCad, my newbie KiCad problems. And I was able to go through and design the 1.0 version of the board. And the 1.0 version does have it's lacking in a couple of areas. It could be better, like it could have more instructions and things on it. But it was good to get it out the door. I remember some of the feedback that Joe gave me when these came back. He said, hey, why are there like 30 gauge holes on there? And I said, well, first of all, your mother. But secondly, the idea is that you want to make this kind of a universal thing for all those different machines. Yeah. And I just wanted to give people options to do stuff, and solder's cheap. So you can fill them holes up if you really want to. Yep. Or use thicker gauge wire, whatever it is you'd like to do. But the idea is that the board, it's very simple. Basically, all it does is it captures the horizontal vertical sync, the TTL video output from your classic black and white Mac motherboard, and it basically just has this little XOR gate that just the signals kind of check out and they don't feed back through the circuit. And there's a little decoupling cap on there, which Joe helped me identify and pick out. And the 2.0 version of the board has some additional documentation on here. It actually like lists some parts. One of the complaints that I got early on was the footprint, which is the little symbol that's underneath that capacitor. That would be for an electrolytic cap. Yeah. This is just a ceramic capacitor. It's like 0.01 microfarad by 400 trillion.
No.
Yeah. 400 trillion volts, something like that. I don't know. It's written down somewhere. So, but it's actually written on the new version of the board. But the and then the outputs and stuff, and I just put some little pads on there too, so that way if you wanted to use pads, you could use pads, or you can just solder through. But the whole idea is that basically, if you've got one of those machines, you can, if you wanted to, you could get a ATX extension cable. You could cut it, or cut the cables that you need, just solder the cables directly to here, and just have it kind of sit in circuit with your interconnect cable that connects the analog board of your classic Mac to the motherboard. You got to just remember when you hook it up that the signals are fed up through, but if you are going to put this in the middle, that you probably want to make sure that it is orientated. What word?
Orientated down.
Word making hard. You want to make sure that it's orientated correctly, so that way that you're not blocking the signals off the board. The new version of the board makes it very clear which side is input, which side is output. But for anybody playing at home, the side here that I am pointing at right now is the input side of the board. The output side is over here. That's why you also have the pads. So ultimate use on this is going to be if you have one of those retro monitors, like there's a lot of like page white displays. There's a lot of green phosphor. There's like those orange crazy monitors that I've seen that accept kind of CGA TTL input. You can just go ahead and run that into the board. Signals check in, they don't check back out, and then you can just wire a 9-pin or a DB9 connection up there. And if you follow the sort of CGA, MGA, TTL, whatever kind of wiring scheme, you should be able to plug one of those retro displays in. And now you've got a 12-inch display that's cloning whatever the internal video is on your Mac Plus or whatever. Even like a Classic 2 or an SE. You can.
I think the important question is, Ron, does it play Duel of the Fates while doing that cloning?
It doesn't, but it does play Doom.
Okay.
Can it play Crysis? Yes. As long as there's no follow-up questions. But the so yeah, it's just real simple. But and if you don't have one of those old displays, it's really easy. You can go out, you can get a something like a retro tink. There's the retro tink. There's the Frame Meister. There are like a Texelec had a product for a while that he was making that I think he shifted his stuff over to RGB to HDMI. And I think recently I've been saying that wrong because it's RGB TO, like an email. So RGB to HDMI. That's a cool project that has got a ton of support for like old 6-bit TT or 6-bit, 8-bit kind of stuff to do like it's bare metal on a Raspberry Pi with a little adapter board that has like is it CPD? What are those chips called, Joe? CPLD, thank you, sir. That basically does all that translation in real time. I mean, it's like we're talking frames of lag because Retro RGB did a video about them as well. Adrian Black did a video about them. A Texelec did a video kind of showing off his design, which is very pretty compared to a lot that I've seen out there. A lot of the ones that have the little video adapter board on top are just kind of, they're okay. They're kind of pedestrian. The one that Kevin's making, very pretty. Like it would look really neat, like mounted like in your machine if you were to do some sort of like window on the side of your Mac, or you have a Mac Effects case or something where you can look in there and see all the neat hardware inside. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, Joe. Joe. Oh, Joseph. You're such a comedian.
I have solder splattered on that camera. Anyway.
This one right here constitutes one of 20. I made 20 in the first batch. All of the ones in the first batch were not signed because I forgot before I sent them out. I was so excited to get in the mail. I got new stickers and stuff. Pew, out the door they went.
Out the door they went. Oh, wait.
Out the door they went.
Now, question.
Oh,
for
wait,
you
were you making a George Thorogood joke there?
Oh, you know it, man.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I guess that's fine. Hold on. Wait, judges?
Chat about.
Yeah, they're going to allow it. They're going to allow it this time, Joe.
Go right ahead. Chat
turns out, though, that this is it, though. You can't. I know if someone were later to say, move it on over. Nope. Won't be allowed. Inadmissible. Someone offers you bourbon, scotch, and a beer. Nope. Sorry. If something it turns out to be bad to the bone, because rule of threes, also inadmissible. Very sad.
Trying to get this
so somebody was asking some questions in the chat.
Yes, I'm going to stop ignoring them now. Eric John Miller from Eric's Edge says, I'll bring it to VCF Midwest for you to sign, and I will sign it. I just bring your cleavage too, Eric, because I'll sign that as well. Front or back. I'm not picky.
Front or back.
Yeah.
One Bit Fever Dreams is asking, where do you suggest using it? Near the logic, near the analog end of the video cable?
Honestly, it just depends on what you want to do. If you're using good shielded cables, depending on the type of Mac that you're using, there are plenty of pinouts online that tell you exactly which cable does what on the that interface cable for the analog board to the motherboard. I would probably stick it somewhere where it's not going to be laying on top of the power supply, because there isn't a lot of interference, and the traces are quite short on this cable. But I would just want to make sure that you're trying to limit interference as much as you can, just because the ground plane and everything is exposed on here. So I do not know if that will introduce much interference. Smart money, I would say, is probably on. I mean, you could certainly do it in like the in circuit where you've got part of your ATX cable or your interface cable going on one side, and then you've got it cut and it's coming out the other side. You could certainly do that, and that's why I let it on there. That's why it's universal. It's got a bunch of different use cases. But I would say smart money is probably on finding some good insulated cables, soldering them on the back side of your analog board to the, which very much like what Dave's doing tonight, solder them to the back side. And then you can route those anywhere you want in the case. And then you can just mount the with a little bit of two-sided tape, mount this somewhere inside your case, and then tap off it from there to go to your external display. It is also possible that you could use something like this with a like a scan converter, like RetroTink or something like that. I mean, there's that Chinese-made one for arcade cabinets, like it's GBS 8600 or something like that.
220.
Thank you. Joe is a great guy.
I have one for my Apple III.
Yeah. So that GBS branded or whatever one is,
yes.
Yeah. You could use one of those as well, and you could internally mount a LCD inside your Plus or something like that. It'd be like a fun project or something. So a million use cases. You're only limited by your imagination and how close you get your tongue to the flyback on the analog board. That is good night, Sally, right there.
But
that will leave a mark.
Professor Ron, they'd always told me in engineering school to never lick the metal bits.
Well, here's the thing though. Much in the same way that you're only supposed to put one hand inside the box, just put one side of your tongue. It just stands to reason. Adam says, Ron, boxers or briefs? Why not boxer briefs? Don't limit yourself, man. You gotta live. And your boy's new to home, so cover that shit up.
Right.
Demonetized right there. Sorry, Dave.
I'm not monetized yet, so don't worry about it.
Well,
great.
preemptively demonetized.
I'm trying. I'm kind of like trying to figure this out. What's the best way to run this? And yeah, you definitely need some long wires to finagle this around here. And there's right there where the power switch. There's just 2 openings there. I think that will just be a good place to feed the wires through there.
So is this? What do you do? This your plus? You're doing this on your plus?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The special color plus. Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah. This is the one that's been laminated.
The Max Cirrhosis.
And the blue SCSI and all that good stuff.
Do you get it?
So
Dave,
anyway,
Dave was telling me the other day, he said, Ron, I've been thinking about it. And I said, what's that, Dave? And he said, any classic can be a color classic with a can of Krylon. I was like, that is sage. That's wisdom. So many smart people in this hobby, very few wise people. And Dave is one of those, the learned, the wise. So like if I could make like a J.R.R. Tolkien reference, Joe, what are you working on there?
I'm building blue SCSIs.
Oh, sweet. Did you sell some of those? You sell some more?
Yep. Yeah,
you can't keep them in stock.
That's good.
Just flies out there.
You're helping so many people with those things.
I try. I've also been working on a lot of other little projects in the background too. We've got the first of the 2 Titan 3 2 boards finished last night. That's this guy here.
Yep.
You can't see because I have the wrong. There. Use that camera. Basically, this plus its companion board turns the Apple II or Apple III into an Apple IIe.
Nice.
So that's done. Then that'll be out there. And Justin D. Morgan, our wonderful friend, challenged me to make a keyboard encoder for the Amiga 500. I'm like, okay. So
I saw that.
Yeah.
I think that like the bounty of offering his Newsy hat as payment was
and I am
maybe not something he vocalized, but lots of people are saying that he said it.
Let's see here. Is this a right angle or straight? Doobie doo. So, Ron, do you think that your adapter here will work with a standard IBM like black and white monitor, like an amber monitor?
I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean, here's the deal. The other thing you have to keep in mind is the output, like the frequency, the refresh, is unchanged by this this very, very simple IC that goes unchanged. So if your IBM monitor absolutely requires like 50 hertz refresh or 52 hertz refresh or something, you may not have a good time. You would plug it in, may not break anything. I can't guarantee that you wouldn't. I think that that's more of an issue that you don't want to over scan or overdrive the display. Is that technically correct?
Yeah. I mean, so the refresh rate of the Max is about 24, is it not?
Okay, I thought it was like it's 23 point.
So you're going to be under scanning effectively.
Yeah. So you'd maybe see something, but you would get like maybe a rolling image or something. The other thing to keep in mind is I do know that sorry, sir. I was going to say, I do know that modern solutions, though, like the RGB to HDMI, do take that into account, and don't really care about the refresh. They're going to transcode or scan convert up to whatever it is that you need for the HDMI display on the other side. So pretty sure, I think that they're limited right now to like 60 hertz or something like that, unless you use like a beefier Pi to do the conversion.
Click.
Yeah, I think that's the route I'm going to go, is the Pi on it.
Yeah, I was going to say those are. I found a couple of them that were fairly inexpensive in the before times, because I think it was $65 with the Pi Mini, or what is it called? The Pi W? Is that the?
Yeah.
All right, Pi W and the CPL board and everything in a little case and stuff and a couple of cables. I cannot remember where I ordered it from, but I think it ended up being, it was like $65, something like that, with everything you need. It did not include a like an SD card with the stuff already ready to go, but I mean, you could do that pretty easily. If you do need, I will say, I think the only person, I brought him up several times, real nice guy. Met him at Vintage Computer Festival Midwest last year. Kevin from TTL. I think he is the only person right now that is doing like a fully rolled, ready to go out the door, take it home, plug it in, and just work kind of solution.
Really?
Yeah, his is slightly more expensive. I think if you go out to Texelec's website, which is just TEXELEC, because it's Texas Electrics, I think is what it stands for. Texelec. I think it's $109. But unlike many of these other places that do have slightly cheaper solutions, it does include, it's basically mounted on a little board that has risers, so you could mount this in a case somewhere. It's got a CGA wired for CGA, TTL, MGA monochrome graphics adapter, and then there's another way to put that. But basically, it's got everything on a little board with like push buttons where you can like switch the modes and everything. You don't have to like remote into the Pi and try to do anything.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. I think it was one of the links you sent me.
Yeah, $109, which is more, but I would say that the polish on it probably makes it well worth it. There are two out there right now. I'm putting one in my cart. There's now one left out there right now.
Ha!
Joe just bought it. That's why.
Damn it, Joe.
Shh. Hush.
4 wires.
Ow, ow.
The moon.
So what I'm doing, Ron, is I'm using basically a RCA jack. It's got 3 wires on it, and that way the cable management looks a little better on it.
Sure.
And then that way I can put whatever plug I want on it. Now the one that I was watching on Adrian's Digital Basement, he was using a I thought it was a CGA plug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. DB9 connector.
Yeah, just DB9.
And I think I might have one actually. Dangerous when I start thinking. Watch out.
It's okay. Just however you get the stuff down to the board, you have to keep in mind that you've got to run a ground. You've got to run your TTL video, which is labeled on the board Video 1. Yeah, you have to have a link for horizontal sync, vertical sync, and then 5 volts.
5 volts.
So if you have those 5 connections, you get everything you need. The other cool thing about this, another thing I really wanted back in the day, because I bought the book before I could afford like an actual Mac for myself, was there's a book that's called like Build Your Own Macintosh and Save a Bundle, something like that. There's two editions of this book out, and basically it was about using off-the-shelf parts to put what you would call these days a sleeper kind of rig. The idea was that you would put a bunch of sleeper parts, like your Mac SE motherboard and your like micro drive, or your like whatever microscribe, mini scribe, hard drive, and
your brick. You got it.
Yeah, it's exactly. You would put all that stuff in like a PC case, like for a 286, and now you're not paying all the big bucks. So if you had somebody that was parting something out, or you knew somebody that was like, oh, it came back and we're going to destroy these boards or something. If you had that was always the weird thing about it. You had to know somebody. Yeah, I see. DB9. Nice.
So would I save myself a lot of grief if I just cannibalize this one in?
Maybe. Well,
and pen it out, and then that way
it'll be the wrong gender.
Well, we have the other gender right here. This is bi. There you go.
Nice.
Got the male here.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, because that when he was showing that on his video, that's what he first called it VGA, but then he corrected it CGA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it plugged right in to the blues because he just figured out where the 4 wires went.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think he used the Beaumark. He really went the long route. He used like the Beaumark, whatever, like schematics, and I was like, there's just pictures everywhere. He was like, no, hold on, I understand. You got to make the video so long. It's because it's you got to draw in those nerds. You got to get all them nerd eyes on what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah.
So I'm thinking because that's the way I kind of want to go. So if I did that, I'll cut all this insulation off this plug, or just whack this one plug off, and then I'm trying to remember. I think it was the male end that he had that went into the pie or whatever it is. I'm not watching the chat here. What is it? Oh,
that's it. No, it's true.
I'd have made a joke. That's why I laughed.
So anyway, yeah. Well, maybe I'll do that instead. I'm just trying
Dave in chat, they're saying put your face closer to your microphone.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah. This is not a Verizon commercial. Was it Verizon or was it AT&T or whoever? Because the guy left. The spokesman left and went somewhere else.
That was Verizon.
Was it Verizon? All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like, what year is this?
Turned all the way up. I'm on my internal microphone on my iMac. So it is what it is. So I'm about 18 inches away from it. So I can't crank it up.
Basically, anymore. Ron, you and I have to turn our mics down, and then everybody can turn their speakers up. And at the very end, we'll turn our mic all the way up and blow out their ears. Ready?
Yeah. That's great.
So anyway, so I think maybe that's what I'll do. Let's do that. So I will cannibalize this plug here. And then what I need to do is figure out where to solder everything here. So, all right. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Good.
Good.
Right.
What? No. You just murdered 1,000 ear elves every time you do that.
Well, let's see.
Sorry.
You know what? Let me do this here. Let me try. Let me use the microphone on this webcam. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, hang on just a second here. Let's try this.
How's that? That better?
Oh, that's
that better.
It's clippy. You might turn it down slightly, but otherwise, yeah.
How's that? That better?
Yeah, maybe.
Better.
I haven't died yet.
How about now? That better?
That's great.
That's good.
We're in the Goldilocks zone.
All right, good. All right, so we'll use that one then. How's that?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
You do sound sort of like a crooner from like the early days of radio, but I think we're gonna make it.
Well, I can go back to the other one.
No, it's okay. Well, I think Chad is asking you to sing I don't want to set the world on fire.
They would all leave.
They said anything from Fallout 3, so let's...
Last time on Dave's Vintage Apple Tech.
There we go. So we're going to cut this insulation off here. And we'll make it look better here in a minute.
Oh, damn. I accidentally picked send it like first class mail when I ordered this. I wasn't joking. I ordered it. I ordered it, baby.
Well, it'll get here eventually.
Yeah, like 9 months from now.
I send all of my packages first class mail, and they all get there on time.
I don't think
I
that's...
haven't had too much trouble. I have, be honest, I have more trouble with FedEx or UPS.
Yep.
Yep, postal service just kind of works for me.
I do.
It just does.
I like it too. The problem is I send things to my work, and when I send them to my work, sometimes it goes in a secret box. Like regular mail goes in a secret box. Never to ever be pulled back out of the mail. I ordered something from Australia, and like 6 months later I was like, it has not arrived.
Really?
And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, because it was probably eaten by a drop bear." I don't know. I can't remember what he said. But but I was like, I said, "Yeah, it'd be, I guess, can I order it another?" And he was like, "I don't really normally ship to the US. How about I just give you a refund?" I was like, "All right." So it finally did. It turns out it had been there for like 4 months. It was just hidden in in the mail in my office.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to very quickly message the guy and say, "This is on me. Sorry." And give him his money back.
I had that happen to me with a Console 5 kit for a monitor. And I ordered it, and I didn't think that I had gotten it. And I still don't think I actually got it. But it shows it's delivered, so it's probably here in the museum somewhere.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, there's lots of places you can put things in those museums,
It's probably in Javier's parts box. Because Lord knows it's like 5 miles high. That's a joke. That's a Javier joke.
Yeah.
Is that with or without the candles?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man. But the upside of Javier's pile of stuff is I know everything I need to fix all of it. I just got to get parts, so that's good.
Yeah, that seems to be a worldwide problem, getting parts.
Well, in this case, it's an ultra rare, no longer made Apple-specific part that I have to scavenge from another dead board. So I'm waiting for a gent who has one to have some time to send it to me. But he's got a battery bomb board that I'm going to take the part off of, and hopefully it'll fix it.
Okay.
Neat.
So I got
Focus.
these wires bared back. Get the insulation peeled away from them there. So we're making progress.
Better than Congress.
Heyo! Oh my gosh!
Tip your waitress. I'll be here all week.
Oh my gosh! That is.
All right. So
that is some George Carlin level political humor, Joseph.
George Carlin.
I mean, I'm aspiring to your level, Ron. So.
It's not a high bar. It's not a high bar. I'm
an underachiever. What can I say?
It's all right.
Got to modify this cable a little bit more here. Eric's asking if you checked your ultrasonic cleaner, Joe.
That's where it's at.
Come on.
Your parts. Gee.
It's okay.
You all right?
It's still there. It's still there.
What you guys' weather like back there?
Well, we're in different parts of the country, so I'll vouch for it's been rainy.
Yeah, it's been really rainy here too. Like, actually, it was funny because yesterday I was driving home. there's a road that bisects my town that is called King's Highway, which according to Google, the
Doesn't
lady,
exist.
no, according to the Google lady on my phone that does maps, was for a very long time called King Shyway. Yes, my favorite character on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, King Shyway. And we got there, and I was like, "What's wrong with the road?" And it turns out it had just rained on one side of the road, like left to right. It's a road that bisects the town, and it was like the town closest to the river got rain. The other side of the town must have not paid their water bill.
That is weird.
Because they got nothing.
That is bizarre.
To answer Adam's question about did I install the transistors, well, this doesn't require transistors, so be quiet, you.
You're going to really need some levelers on there, Joe.
What? Where? What?
Just going to need some levelers on there. Maybe like some dual quads. Maybe do that 4K2 or TK421 upgrade on all of those before you ship them out.
Sure.
Yep.
Whatever all of that means.
Mm-hmm. It's a Boogie Nights joke. It's fine.
Got it. Awesome.
Yep.
Never seen it.
You should watch it. It's great. Is Thomas F. Anderson who directed Boogie Nights? On chat, who directed Boogie Nights?
I don't have a clue. That's a while back.
That's the Google lady. She'll only pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. So it is a great Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I would say that Magnolia is not great. He directed that too. But if you've seen There Will Be Blood, have you seen There Will Be Blood, Joe?
Nope.
Dave?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. You got to watch it. He's flipping awesome in it.
I don't get out of the house often enough here lately. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Streaming services.
I was going to say, it's like you can just do them in your house now. These movies are old. But Boogie Nights, it's one of the guys works at a stereo shop, and he's just like kind of making things up to people. He's like, those monitors or those speakers there, they're amazing. They got like dual quads. And the receiver for that, it's got the TK421 upgrade. We do that right here in the shop.
Wow.
And then he plays country music, and the guy leaves.
Yeah, I mean, if I went into a radio store and they played country music to me, I'd leave too.
That depends. Is it Big Iron? Anything off of the Fallout 3 soundtrack? Actually, that might be in New Vegas. But Eric gets it correct though. It's a Star Wars reference. Because TK421, TK421. What's going on down there? Nothing. Everything's cool. Things are fine. How are you?
Copacetic.
Yeah.
All right. So I got these bared back quite a ways. I stripped all the insulation because that way when I feed this through here, I'm just going to have the little wires coming through. Otherwise, if I have that big cable, the cover's not going to go on it. So
yeah, sure.
So,
as
rectifiers. Yes. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, just as a bit of bad advice, you should just find a place on your analog board and just drill like a 1/4-inch hole through. You just put it right through there.
Well, I was kind of contemplating that, but every place I look, there's a trace that's on the other side. So.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's a ground plane or something.
I know.
I wouldn't do it.
That'd have been very convenient.
It's bad advice, Joe. Can't believe that.
So anyway, I'm going to feed all these through here.
Ron, you realize this is a live stream and everybody has a record of you giving the bad advice, not me, right?
But they can't see the private chat in StreamYard. So, I mean, if we're having to show receipts, Joe, I guess we're having to show receipts.
Share screen. Everybody, look.
Yeah, right here. This is where Joe very clearly turned and shot Kennedy. It's weird.
Back. and to the left.
Yeah. Frame 487. You can see Joe here sitting next to Governor Connolly, turns and shoots Kennedy. Adam is here with his apple. Because I said it wrong for a long time. I kept saying Adam's apple, but it's Adam's apples because he's got more than one.
Yes.
Due to a growth defect.
Adam, you should get that looked at, man.
It's weird. It's weird. If you ever see Adam like in person, like when he laughs, it's like wah, 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 wah. They like kind of like they're moving like in parallel. It's weird.
All right, that looks pretty good right there. Let's see if we're long enough here. That
Actually,
gives us plenty of room.
Yeah, no,
solder.
that's good.
Yeah, that'd be good. So, all right. So now, what do we need to figure out?
Hey, keep in mind. Remember, this is a me bit of advice. If you're reading the thing on one side, you have to remember that if you're soldering to the back, it's reversed.
Right, because this is the input side, right?
I'm more talking about your analog board.
Oh yeah.
Like, you think about where the cable plugs in. If you're looking at the pinout on the front of that, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out here. Let me move this here. Let's see what we got here.
Touch that big red wire. Do it.
I did. Nothing happened.
Oh.
This hasn't been on for a couple of weeks, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's good.
I'm not going to touch my tongue on it, but I know it's.
Quick, turn it on and touch the big red wire.
That's easy for you to say.
Air is a good insulator, and I have several thousand miles of it. Quiet, you noisy fan.
All right, Joe or Ron.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so where the heck? I don't see any legend on the board here as far as.
Oh, there's
videos.
not. You're gonna have to look it up on the interwebs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. You have to ask that Google.
And I will tell you, the best place to look it up is to Google the words Larry Peanut Macintosh Repair and Upgrade Secrets PDF.
All right. Well, if you'd be so kind.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it now, Dad. God. Oh.
Positive. Good. Cool. And that's one working blue skizzy.
Nah, nice. Joe,
it's official. You saw me do it live. I always build them right or something.
Oh. Hey, Joe.
What?
Bondi. Bondi.
I've heard that before. Where have I heard that?
It's probably that one guy.
So I need.
I think I am in the home stretch on my PowerBook 100 series collection. I think I just need a PowerBook 140.
Nice.
Fairly certain I just need that. Yeah.
A 140, you said, huh?
A 140. That's one of the launch models. It's 100, 140, 170. Dave, it is loading the world's slowest PDF file.
That's fine.
If you would indulge me, sir.
Uh-huh.
Too bad, mine's a 190.
Oh, I'll take that too. That's fine. Actually, no, it's those aren't real PowerBook 100 series.
No,
is what the kids say.
And you know what's a good multimeter these days?
It's is it the one that
Fluke 27?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Well, if you don't have Fluke's 27, it's one of these. Okay, Wheats. monitor. It's nice. It's a neat little meter, and so yeah.
Is that the one that is constantly beeping at Steve's house?
No, he's got some other meter. I don't know what it is. But
Steve has some cheapo something or other. Yeah.
Because I know that
Flyweights isn't expensive, but price to performance ratio is good on that meter.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with it.
As a good, just an everyday hobbyist meter for checking voltages and resistance and just your basic components works perfect.
Yep.
Okay, I have found.
So yeah, I can't complain.
I have found the pinout. I'm preparing it, and I am. Oh, Lord, here's the thing. I got a $5 bounty if somebody can tell me why this is. Windows 10. If you click if you don't have a Microsoft account, and you click any of those little built-in apps like Snipping Tool or anything, it takes 10 million years for them to come up. I do not know why. I promise I haven't done anything wrong.
Load it instantly for me. I don't know what your problem is.
Snipping Tool? I don't know. I probably need to blow this machine away and redo it.
Let's try
but then I'm like, maybe not.
Give me another one to try, Ron. I'll just test all of them.
What? Test
3D
what?
viewer. Click 3D viewer. Load it instantly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Snipping Tool. I love Snipping Tool, but yet the clipping tool, which I think is the replacement.
Snip and Sketch.
Yeah, Snip and Sketch, which is which if you try to do that out on your lawn, you're gonna break your ass. So don't do that. But yeah, Snip and Sketch. I need to.
I'm just bragging because my computer's way too fast for its own good.
That's fine. There's Snip and Sketch. Snip and Sketch. All right. Dave. Yeah. Slip and slide.
Second to get your reference about Out on the Lawn. I got it now.
Yeah, it's the slip and slide. Back when could you even sell that these days? Little kids would be they'd be my bones
and stuff on it, so you can't slide off the end or anything. It's all.
That was all the fun, especially when your dad was like, "I'm tired." Hold on. I gotta make sure I'm doing it right. Hold on. I'm tired of you damn kids. You're in the house every 5 minutes saying that the end of the slip and slide's messed up. I'm gonna put some metal tent pegs down at the end. This is gonna end well. Hopefully your mom will be home later with Band-Aids.
Hey, Alex. Glad you could join the stream.
All right. Dave, have you checked your tweets?
Shift S.
I might check my tweets. I have not. Hold on.
You should check your Twitter inbox. There is a message from me in there.
All right. Hold on.
Which may or may not contain a proposal for us to steal the original copy of National Treasure from. Actually, that's it. I want Seth Rogen to make a movie where they have to steal an original copy of National Treasure from what's his face's house. Oh man, I gave away my $1 million idea. What is that guy's name? The guy? Come on, man. I'm an actor, and I make a movie every 2 years. And it's just amazing. I don't know why he sounds like Holly Hunter, as a man, but he just does. What is that guy's name?
Mix something.
Luke Wilson? Yeah, you're right. No, he's a Coppola. What's the guy? Nick Cage. Yeah.
Oh, Nick Cage. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah. Well, no, don't. Not anything like Chevy Chase. I'll just.
Okay, I'm writing this down, Ron.
Oh, you're writing down what's in the picture?
Yeah.
Just get an iPad.
I'm on my the phone that I'm on. I'm streaming off this phone.
Oh, got it.
5 gigahertz, and I have it up on the shelf, so I get good signal. So if we get kind of choppy, that's why I want to write it down. Sure. All All right, so we need the video. Okay, that's pin
Right.
one.
So which is pin 1, which is on the other side of the key. So you need
White wire.
yeah. So it's kind of nice because everything you're going to need is right there together with for the most part. I mean, they do stick the speaker because it's here. I'll bring it up on my side too.
So
Let me see. Can I
3
share my
is
screen?
horizontal sync. That's the orange
Would that
wire.
be with the kids? Would the kids approve?
See, horizontal syncs are fine because they work, but vertical syncs, gravity just made them not a very good product to go to market with.
Oh, well, I can't add my screen to this, so I will have to use the power of. Here, hold on one. I have to use the power of OBS, which is great. If you guys don't know about it, OBS plus StreamYard is magic. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. Wow.
Oh, bye. Oh wait, wrong thing.
I do like me some Mario. Oh wait, I scrolled wrong. I did wrong. Oh no. Okay. How do I make zoomies? I want to make a zoomie.
I think I got all the things here. So we have pin 1, which is the white wire. That's the video.
Yes.
Pin 3 is the orange wire. That's horizontal sync.
Make sure you wire in the key.
The key.
You can't wire in the key.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, a little bit of nerd humor there. Yeah.
And then pin
you
5
need the
is the
white
vertical sync.
Yeah, white is video. So that will be what is labeled video 1 on the PCB. You're going to need orange, which is your horizontal sync, which is labeled H-Sync 1. You're going to need green, which is the vert sync, which is labeled as V-Sync 1 on the board. And then you're going to need blue, which is your plus 5 volts. And then you will need violet, which is pin 7, and that is your ground.
Ow, I hurt myself.
Violet, you're turning violet!
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I know, Joe. It's because we grew up together. We're secretly twins. Oh. Sorry. And back to the lobby. All right, I did it. I did it.
Alrighty. Let me put this back.
But I will tell you, if you do not own a copy of Larry Pina's 1990 classic, Macintosh Repair and Upgrade Secrets, you should absolutely find yourself a copy. Really a great book.
Archive.org.
I like a physical book because sometimes people break in my house and I need something to club them to death with. I mean, it's a thick book, guys. Come on. It's like the old days. And if you can find it, Larry also had a like sort of a CRT purity kind of test where you can it's got test patterns and things like that. So you can absolutely go through and just kind of tweak your stuff out to your heart's content. Really neat. Really nice guy. If anybody knew how to get a hold of him, I'd love to. He's probably in his early 70s now, but I'd really love to send him a personal pan pizza. If we're thinking small fun things.
Personal pan pizza.
Well, I mean, you know what? Here's the deal, though. Isn't any pizza really a personal pan pizza if you just eat it by yourself?
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Sitting? Or you can go ahead and eat it at one sitting. I mean, we don't judge.
1-Bit Fever Dreams, no. I will never use the WinShift S ever, just out of it. The Windows key knows what it did, and that's it. That's all I'll say about it. Sorry. Alex says, "What's a TTL upgrade?" TTL is it's digital video, and TTL is basically kind of like the original video standard for like PCs and stuff. So like the original like IBM 5100 or 5150 and all that, the CGA display and the monochrome graphic display and the Hercules display and all that. It's basically
Hercules. Oh wait, sorry.
Wrong movie.
It's basically it's digital video output. I mean, you could plug it into like a CGA monitor, but it's since it is monochrome video, you could say MGA, but it is probably more correct just to say TTL.
Oh, you're right. All those wires are right next to each other, aren't they?
They are. Yep.
Oops.
The only thing that gets in the middle is the speaker.
Steelers wheel.
Yeah.
Steelers wheel gets in the
yellow wire.
Steeler wheel is stuck in the middle with you.
Right.
Yep. Eric says Chevy Chase. I don't know why he's bringing up Chevy Chase, but I will tell you, I do have a Chevy Chase story from my Hollywood days. I was out on set for a television series, and I bumped into Joel McHale, who, if you remember, is the guy from
McHale's name.
No, he's from Community on NBC. Did anybody watch that? I thought that was a very cool show. It's Dan Harmon was the showrunner on that. It's had a lot of Jillian, whatever last name, can't remember now last name. Lots of great people went on to do other great things. Even John Oliver was on there, like in the first couple of seasons. So, but they switched networks. They had some problems with Dan Harmon. They dropped him off the show. But anyway, and they also got rid of Chevy Chase because Chevy Chase was on the show too. Because I think the network was like, we need like an established comedy person to be on your funny little fake college show. And so they went ahead and had Chevy Chase on the show. And I ran into Joel McHale, and I know that him and Chevy Chase have they beef big.
Really?
And I asked Joel McHale, and I said, hey, while he was getting like a bowl of Cheerios or something, I said, is it okay to not be a fan of Chevy Chase, but still like Fletch Lives? And Joel McHale said, only if you're a terrible person.
Really?
And so that is the advice I've lived my life by ever since.
So did you ever find out why they had a little dislike for you?
Oh, because Chevy Chase is terrible. That's it. It's just it's an open secret.
Okay.
So but then it was funny because like 2 years later, Joel McHale played Chevy Chase in a movie.
Really?
He played young Chevy Chase. What was it? It was because it's a quote. It's about the writer. It's about the guy that wrote or co-wrote Animal House and was a Lampoon guy, National Lampoon guy, and all that. I feel bad. I can't remember his name. Like right at this very second, you can't recall everything.
No, not at all.
Why not, Ron?
Because there's only so much space. The name of the movie is A Futile and Stupid Gesture. And it is it's a good movie. It's on Netflix. It stars Will Forte. And basically it's Doug Kenny. Oh my gosh, can't remember. Or couldn't remember. But yeah, Doug Kenny, who was one of the co-founders of National Lampoon magazine. It's kind of like a movie like about his life story. So. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. If you're a Doug Kenny fan.
Doug Kenny!
I'm thinking Michael Kenny, the other actor.
I'm not sure who Michael Kenny is.
Last name of Kenny, who voices SpongeBob.
Oh, no, that's Tom Kenny.
Okay. I didn't need to make these two things, but that's okay.
Alex says she's geeking out over Joe's Little Light Bright, and you can order those on GCM-1.com. You can order the kit out there. Justin D. Morgan just recently did a assembly video on one of those. So you can absolutely go out there and see one of those babies come together in painstakingly real time.
It take a while.
That's what I was watching. I go, man, that does take a while to put those things together.
We Now, if you do want one, just wait a little bit.
Order 2 today so that Joe has to like get him out the door. He's got nothing going on, this guy. He doesn't even work from home. He goes out in the yard. That's how relaxed his schedule is.
Wow.
Ron, I love you.
I do what I can. And I love you too, brother. I'm glad you're here. You've keeping me flying straight tonight.
I'm not sure I'm succeeding, but okay. I'll take your word for it.
No, I just, originally this was going to be, because I think Steve was going to show up and this was going to be like an intervention video. But then show up. So it's kind of hard to like tell people that it's like, what you're doing is hurting our family like so much. I thought you loved us. And if they don't show up, then it's just, it doesn't work. It's kind of boring.
Mm.
Hey, I do need to ask you something, Dave. Is there a reason why the S in your Twitter handle is lowercase?
Just to make it more interesting.
They'll let you change it. Man, if it's just a typo, you do not have to commit to this bit just because I'm bringing it up. You can you log in about 3:40 in the morning and just make it uppercase. Or better yet, here's my real advice. Make it a $.
Dollar sign. Oh yeah.
Make it a $. Here's the thing. I want you to log in on the how many months? 30 days have September, April, May, and November. All the rest have 31. All right. So I want you to log in.
30.41. There's your average.
I want you to log in on the 1st of June at like 3:40 in the morning and change it to a $sign and leave it for a whole month. Don't say anything. If anybody asks, just tell them it's an ASCII error. You're gonna probably have to debug your browser. I don't know. Like it's decoding characters wrong. I don't know.
Something wrong with that browser.
Looks fine on my phone.
It must be a Unicode problem with your fonts.
That's it. It's absolutely
could be.
Yes, the Kaiweets do beep, but you can turn that off. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just turned it off because I wasn't using it, so I just turned it off here.
My Radio Shack multimeter from 900,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Has that same feature. You can turn off the speaker. All you got to do is go inside with a pair of like side cutters and just. You run the speaker slightly outside the case, and then anytime you need to, you do a double continuity test. You do whatever's happening in the circuit, and then you squish the cables on the side.
It's probably the same one I got.
Look at it. It's there's a bunch of people that have like this one right here. This used to be like the $70 Radio Shack special.
This is the one that I have that's been very well used.
Mm-hmm.
It's a collector's item now.
Yeah.
Still works.
Yeah.
Mine's a
22,178. There's like a ton of people that rebadge this. I mean, including Radio Shack. But I got this my last job before I started my new job 24 years ago. This was a parting gift. My old job.
Oh.
I've held on to it.
A parting gift, meaning
that they went out of business and they were like, hey, if you'd like to take it, go ahead. We owe you money, but if you'd like to take it, go ahead.
I was going to say you didn't have to remove the inventory sticker from it.
Here's me in the 90s. That's what I was a cool cat way back when. I kept it. It was in the yellow pages. It was in the phone book, this thing.
Tonight's orders are complete. Yay!
Nice.
Sorry, I have to like fold this off camera because it's the packing slip. It's got an address on it. Unless you all want to know where Mr. SZ lives.
It's okay.
Appreciate that me broadcasting that information. Cool. Awesome. Where are we with the so since I'm like here to help or something, where are we with the actual subject matter?
Just to catch you up, Dave he's lit a candle.
Cool.
I have,
and he is cleansed the area with sage, and we are now ready to solder.
Cool.
That's right.
Remember, it's backwards, Dave.
Yeah. All right. The white wire is connected to the back of the analog
parts
board.
order list somewhere. That's a good question. Let me see if I can hunt that down for you, Eric.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to solder all the wires here. Then I will attach it to here, and then I'll run the next set of wires here to the plug, or something to that nature.
Yeah, along those lines, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that way I can take and kind of, when I bring these down, they're insulated so they won't short out anything. And I got just enough to connect that board up inside here. In theory, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, all right, so the video wire is attached. Now we got to do the orange wire, which is the horizontal sync.
Mm-hmm.
So let me look here in the orange wire.
I feel like you either, for what you're doing right now, there needs to be maybe like high tension music or like plate spinning music. Like it could go either, it'd be like it's all like very tense, or the it's like the saber dance. What is it?
Oh yeah, the saber dance. Yeah.
Yeah, like play saber dance. Yeah.
Well, we could put some background music in there if you want.
No. Hey, heads up to everybody that has.
No, okay. I don't like that one either. It sucks. Yeah.
No, they all suck because they're like a 3-minute loop on a 19-hour stream.
Yeah, I know.
There's a point where it just like goes right into your brain and doesn't come back out.
Says the man with the most catchy live streams start music.
Dude, it's great. I love that song. Like, what is that cat's name?
Oh, that sounds just like it, Ron. Hey, you're good.
Kevin MacLeod. It's really great. I actually, I gotta admit, I mean, it's out there in the YouTube library. Anybody can use it. All his music is out there, and it's basically just, no, some of it's no attribution, I think, and some of it is you need an attribution. YouTube is pretty good about, if you use it in your videos, it will automatically tag it as being, and it'll add it to your notes, your show notes.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
But he's got such great stuff. And then there's a couple of like the music, like if you watched any of my, which I'm really hoping is like a bigger thing this year,
like
my Mac-O-Lantern videos from last year. He's got a really cool like 80s like horror slasher music thing. It's great.
Shape, large package. You guys want to see me weigh a TRS 84P?
Are you going to weigh it before and after it pees, or what?
Aha! I'm immune to your jokes. Mostly because they're dad jokes and I love them to death, so they don't make me laugh.
I know. I love, yeah.
Let's
Orange wire has been completed. Horizontal sync 1.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a joke earlier because you're talking about the white wire, and I was like, the white wire is for loading and unloading only.
No dice. That's the yellow wire.
Green.
Listen, we both know what this is about. It can be therapeutic even.
Mm.
I remember as a kid, and I was like, what's this mean? What does this mean? And they're like, oh, don't worry, you'll one day when we are not in the room, you will learn all about this. Like, okay.
Processing. I was going to do a thing. Stand by.
Well, I'm going to have so much fun because my wife and her girlfriend they just went at 1:30 their shuttle ride to the airport picked them up, and they're going up to see some of our relatives, but they rented this heck of a B&B up there.
Thanks.
It's right off the ocean up there in Seattle. And anyway,
going to see relatives. Well, that's the first mistake.
Oh well, no. When these two get together, expect an earthquake. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that happens, you know. So. But anyway, what I'm getting to is I'm batching it here for about a week. So yay!
Why are you sideways? Don't be sideways in there. Stop it.
5. That's gonna be. Okay, hold on. Green 5. That's vertical.
And the heaviest one.
Green.
Which is the one on top.
So, yep, that darn speaker wire, that's definitely in the way there. We'll have to cut it out of the way. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just what's it really done for you recently?
Nothing lately.
Nothing.
Are we ready to put the green wire on?
Do we tell Joe that his kitchen scale only goes up to 12 pounds?
50 pounds.
I say we don't say anything.
Okay.
This is going to be a Chernobyl moment.
Yeah.
Dear Ron, eat it. 50 pounds, baby. A Chernobyl moment.
Yeah, it's...
This thing is not 50 pounds. So. I know this because I can lift it with one arm and I'm a weak sauce. 18. Yeah.
I watched your video on your keyboard there, Ron. I really like that Apple keyboard. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I don't even remember even seeing those back in the day.
Well, they are okay, and that is high praise.
Yeah,
they are okay.
27. That's it. 18 seemed a little light to me. $27 lubs. So I got people asking me about these things, and they're like, Joe, what's it going to cost to ship me one? And I'm like, I don't know, how much money you got? It's 26. It's 27 pounds even. Well, we'll just say 30 for boxing space and stuff.
Yep.
Freaking no. Number.
One Bet Fever Dream says 50 pounds, not great, not terrible. But again, the scale only goes up to 50 pounds. It could be heavier than that. If you've not watched Chernobyl on HBO, you absolutely should. It's a really great series.
Oh yeah,
that's where that.
I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched bits and pieces. But that's my thing this weekend. I'm going to finish watching it.
Yeah, finish watching it. It's only like 4 hours, something like that. It's very, very digestible for an HBO miniseries. That's the joke from that is like that the technicians there were they had some lower end radiation meters or dosimeters. What is it? Is it dosimeter? So but I guess they only read up to like 3.7 Rontgen or something like that. Yeah. And so,
or is that Geiger counters? You mean?
Basically, so it was pegging the meter, and it was like 3.7, but it's the highest like reading on the meter. And so the guy in charge was like, "Oh, that's fine. It's not good. It's not great, not terrible." And it was like, because it was like hundreds of times that.
Oh my God.
Very sad. Very sad. It's but the world would be a different place had that not happened. I mean, I'm certainly being serious now. I'm not making light of people whose lives were destroyed by that tragedy, people who lost loved ones, people that lost their lives. But absolutely, that changed geopolitics like so much, because it was just like it bankrupted it bankrupted like the USSR. And so it's nuts to think about that. It's literally, I mean, granted, there is a lot of, sort of like there's real people that were combined in other characters just because for the just to make the series flow better, I guess. But it's like literally there's a point where they tell Mikhail Gorbachev that it's like, we need every last drop of liquid nitrogen in the Republic for the abatement stuff. And then even still today, everything that was done and everything, they had the robots up on the roof. They were supposed to like go down there. They were going to drop stuff down to try to like slow the reaction. Like they put the robots out there and it would just wipe their chips.
Wow.
Like the radiation was so intense.
Wow.
And there were people. So they had to, robot just means worker. So they were like, they got volunteers, and they were like, all right, here's the deal. What you're going to do is you're going to go up on the roof of this building, and we want you to go ahead and you have like 45 seconds to collect as much material as you can off the roof and throw it down into this nuclear fire, and then come off the roof, and then you will never be able to go back out there again because you have just absorbed a lifetime dose of ionizing radiation. Yeah, just crazy. Anyway, welcome to my Chernobyl podcast. This is Ron. I'm here with Joe and Dave. Dave's doing real work. Joe and I are sitting here gold bricking like we do every week.
It's all good.
Especially every other Sunday.
Every other Sunday. Well, it's I like it now that it's like first and third. It's easier to kind of it's easier to remember. I don't have to do math to figure it out. It's like, damn it, this month has like 9 Sundays in it.
We don't have the old calendar with movable feasts. Based on the star.
Exactly. We never should have used the Julian calendar. Joe.
Oh man.
Don't forget, guys, next week's show is going to be canceled because it falls on the feast of St. Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Well, it's Hungary. It's Hungary. So things are said different, darling.
Countess Protopopescu.
Yes, the Countess de la Roca.
Oh man.
Yes, poor Bender Bending Rodriguez with all of his made-up holidays. Robonica, Robanza.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, Robanza is the holiest 12 weeks on the robot calendar. So
I just watched it. Okay, so Life of Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Entire scene where the guy is writing graffiti on the wall.
Yeah, the correction. Right? Yeah.
They just found insulting graffiti written in Latin near Hadrian's Wall in Britain.
Nice.
It's come full circle. That is freaking hilarious. I love it.
It's, you know what? It's the Romans' own fault for founding London.
Yeah.
They should have moved it down. It's Shrewsbury, much nicer. Just keep moving.
Londinium was the Latin
Yes,
name for that.
Londinium. Actually, speaking of London and how Joe's a big nerd, he would love a show that is on YouTube that is called Unfinished London.
I've been watching that.
See, I knew it. I outed you as a fellow, like, I was going to say francophile, but that's maybe not correct.
Didn't they just publish a video about how like East London doesn't have any bridge crossings?
Yeah, it turns out money. Oh, it's weird. It's weird. That's the answer for everything. Yeah. But yeah, Unfinished London's really great. Jay Foreman, I think is the guy that does that. He also has another series called Map Men.
Yeah, Map Men.
Yeah, Map Men is really great. I love that stuff. But I do love all his Map Men. It's really great. It's a really great show. It's very funny.
Oh, excuse me.
Erica, we were here about some kind of project. How's your project going?
Well, where? What? Who? What?
Who
are you talking?
Dave. I'm talking about Dave.
I'm sorry.
Talking about Dave, man. Dave, how's your project going, Dave?
It's going. We're putting the violet wire on. That's the ground.
Yes. Oh man, that means we're near the end
of
the wiring.
On the analog board. Now you have to hook it up to your.
I really feel obligated now to like do something. Should have been doing something.
Oh, good.
I think I should try to power up one of these TRS-84Ps and see if the reef has let the smoke out.
Don't fear the reefa.
Or the wind, or the sun, or the smoke.
He had become like they are. Come on, baby. Just take my hand. Don't fear the reefer. That either, I guess.
I love Blue Oyster Cult. Yep. Love it.
Don't fear the reaper.
Mac Man.
All right, so all the wires have been attached to the analog side of the board. And I'll just double check, make sure I got them right. Let's see. So we got white on white. Skip and then we have orange and orange.
Skipping and dipping.
And we have
the flipping
speaker. And then we have green. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, nice.
The 5-volt blue.
Yeah.
And then we have the violet, which is round. All right. All right, Governor. So now we can.
It came with floppies.
That's neat. Joe has neat things.
I bet he was the cool kid in class, man.
What?
Let's go to Joe's house, man. He's got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, Joe's parents, they've got they've got margarita mix and won't be home until after 9.
I was definitely not the cool kid.
Your house wasn't the party house, Joe?
No.
I live too far away from all the party people.
All right.
Smoke.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little shrink wrap and kind of tame these wires.
Turns right on.
Let's see.
That is insane.
That'll be good. We'll use it.
That is crazy.
So how am I doing, Ron? Okay. It's
CRC error. Oh no. Not really worried about that in the long run.
these up here. So, Joe, is it pretty hard to get those, like the display that you have in your pumpkin tosh? Is that very hard thing to come by?
Right now, they're not too difficult to come by now. They're not exactly prominent, but they're not exactly non-extant either. You want to look for the IBM 5155 replacement monitor, because it's basically what it is. And you just take the tube out of it and stick the tube in there, and that's all there is to it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious on those.
Massive redraw lines. That needs adjustment. Close the floppy door and try it again. Well, it is closed.
We just use the reflow here to shrink that shrink tubing down real quickity here.
CRC. Well, that was great. Ew, look at the hub. Ew. Yucky.
Okay, all right, so good. So we got that. So their next step's going to be to hook up the input side of that TTL board here. So now we can make this over here.
Well done.
Okay.
I forgot to put my headphones back on.
Are you like outside, Ron?
No, but there are birds outside my window.
Oh, okay.
They're very excited about, I guess, being birds. You know how birds are.
Birds will be birds. Yep.
Burbs.
So this one's documented. Let in the smoke out.
Right, let in the smoke out. Is that like riding the storm out?
Yes.
Ah, see, this is why we are twins.
Just fine.
Yeah, I should probably put that on the lid so I can see it without opening it.
So we have 5 volts.
That's one tested. Oh, one of these has a working floppy disk in it, and I can boot it up and play with it tonight. We'll see. We will see. So, interesting little story behind these. There's a electronics company here in town, or near enough to really be in town. Everything in this county is in town because, like, nothing's in town. Anyway, we do their IT work. And I was there after hours to swap some network switches. And they're one of their engineer tester guys, who's the IT liaison there, was just showing me around. He's like, look at this and look at that, look at this and look at that. And of course, this is an electronics factory, right? So it's like, I'm in nerd heaven already. And he was just showing me some of the crap they have laying around for years and years and years. He's like, and then he shows me these things. He like rolls out a tray, or like, they're like these racks that I have, these wire racks I have behind me, but on casters. He rolls it away. He's like, look at this old thing. Like, why are these even here still? And my eyes just like go like dinner plates. I'm like, I can solve your storage problem right now. You tell whoever you need to tell that I can take care of this for you. So, yeah. Well, turns on. This one doesn't have anything on the screen. It's trying to boot. Let's try that crappy floppy and see if it will do something with that.
All right.
Crappyfloppy.com. Crappyfloppy.com. Crappy Floppy.
Krabby Patties. Krabby Patties. There we go.
All right, I think I have fixed this. Yes, I look like pure snow. Great. Perfect.
Pure snow.
Pure snow.
This one does not post.
Just turn this around a little bit.
Need some different lighting. So, Eric, did you see the really cool wire that I have here? Lucky Dave.
No, I'm here, Eric. I'm deep in thought here. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Dave. Dave.
Yeah.
Did you also see my really cool wire that I have for my project here?
No. Oh, you're a rainbow ribbon cable there?
Yeah, isn't it great?
Neat. Yeah, that's. I was telling Joe I made a IDE ribbon cable in my G3 iMac. I thought that'd be kind of neat. So
This kind of neat.
make it really look retro-y looking, you know.
Yeah, comes in colors everywhere.
Yeah.
Comes in here. It's like a rainbow.
Like a rainbow.
Whoa, demonetize. Whoa, Joe. We've not cleared these songs with the artists known as the Stones That Roll.
I sang 3 bars. I think it's fine.
Well, you say that until their lawyers show up, in which case things don't go fine after that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your complaint. I was halfway across the basement, but
I'm not complaining, Joe. This is their lawyers. Their legal team.
Legal team.
I don't remember where I picked this up. I might have got this on Adafruit. Am I framed up pretty good here? No, of course not. Because I have no idea how framing works.
It's all good.
That's why I normally put like blue painter's tape down on the deal with the thing, so that I can figure out exactly where I need to work. Because I'm always not where I need to be. Seemingly. How's that looking?
bad.
Look better.
It's looking good. It's looking good. All right. Who made so many damn holes on these things? Good Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damn holes. God. Well, who this was for? Not humans. That's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. It's good enough. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta make sure you gotta cut them off. pretty high up there. Nice. So, wire is wire. Don't try to eat it wrong. I'll do my best. No promises.
This one boots. Enter date. Sure, enter. Try. Oh, I actually have to put it in. Okay. 010101. Sure. Try again. I actually have to put the slashes.
Maybe. If you're into that kind of thing.
Enter time. 10. Where's the freaking colon?
Enter Morris Day.
I was watching Eric's channel a little bit the other day. I didn't know he likes to knit. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I love learning new facts about my friends.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Look at that. It has 7 free granules, everybody.
Ooh.
If you say so.
I'll show you. Look at all of the free granules it has. It has 7. And 7, we all know, is the magic lucky number.
Mm-hmm. I thought 3 was the magic number. Yeah, it is. It's the magic number.
I'll keep this disc for... no, I'll leave that in that machine. Because if the other drives are bad, it'll eat that disc. So we'll just leave that there. The reset button on this doesn't work. Juicy fruit, it's gonna get ya.
It's gonna move you, I thought.
So Ron, how long did you work out in Hollywood?
Still working. Still working.
Still working?
Yeah, occasionally. I have to. I got to go to Hollywood South here next month to do a movie called Devil's Night. It's out there on my IMDb. My IMDb. So, it's got some famousy people in it that I know that the production has made some announcements. So I am just being supportive, and I'm just very happy to be working because
that's cool.
There are a lot of people that are not right now.
Right.
We're still recovering.
Oops.
The biz.
Very cool.
IMDibs. Grab this one. What's falling? Oh, okay. It was the keyboard. It was sliding out.
Is it
the keyboard? Okay.
Is it prices because the boss is out of town and you've gone crazy?
Sure, Ron. Whatever you want, buddy. Whatever the voices tell you, okay?
Well, I mean, they're telling me that Joe is a great guy and he just wants to make sure that you get, you're not paying too much for a slightly used sofa. Come on.
Fully fumigated.
I probably should be using tweezers to do this.
It does help.
I mean, just only most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, years ago, my wife and me, we bought a business from a gentleman. His name was Paul Avicola, and he worked for Universal for many, many years. He's a transportation coordinator. My God, the stories he used to tell me. And anyway, I did get to meet Patrick Swayze one time. He called everybody calls him Bud, and that's when they were shooting the movie in Ione, which was just that's the town that we had our little business in. And Paul goes, "Hey, would you like to meet Bud?" And I go, "Who's Bud?" He goes, "Patrick Swayze." I said, "Yeah, right." And so anyway, one day, this before he broke his legs,
Yeah.
came in and very nice guy, and just I can't say enough nice things about the gentleman. And I said, okay, and so yeah, but yeah, he said he said some of the people that you'd have to work for are just absolute nightmares. There's some people that would just give the shirt off their back to you. I mean, it's just well, you know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but it's just.
No, I may not know those people. I want to know those people.
So I have we have the ground wire hooked up on the TTL board,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have the video 1 wire hooked up on the board. So now that I'm color coded, it's really easy. So. Yeah.
Hey, Ron, Eric is asking you to move your work away from you a little bit so they can see it.
Oh, it's just been scooting around. It's been scooting.
Scooting?
Just scooting.
Closer here with this
one. I don't know what band that is, but they are not my favorite. It's like
I would zoom in a little closer, but I'm zoomed in as close as I can on this camera here. So, fortunately, let's see here. All right, so we're gonna hook the blue wire up.
Maybe I'm not joking, yeah. So yeah, the funny thing about these monitor or these machines too, that when I first saw them, there were only 3 of them there.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll take them, whatever, blah blah blah. I went the next evening to pick them up. After he talked to management or whatever, figured out what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And as I'm crawling under this rack to get these 3, I happened to look to my left, and there were 2 more.
Wow.
So I'm like, can I have those too? And he's like, sure.
I guess.
Nice. Some people.
Well, you're wearing out your welcome here. I guess so. What do you know? I got mine wired. Great.
Nice.
Love it. Love it. Now I just got to bring my Mac Plus home and solder it in. It was that day that Ron realized Joe was right. These holes are too damn big. It probably needs another thing where it's got more pads on the side, so you can elect to use pads or through hole. Well, version 3.0. What can I say? Just make a bunch.
You can use a lot of solder too. You know, you can kind of fill the holes in. So
you just keep spending money until you get it right.
Welcome to prototyping. You finally figured it out, Ron.
Sweet.
It's funny, these things have fans on them, and I turn them on, and the accumulated smell inside of them smells like a library. And I'm getting these flashbacks to going to the library in middle school, which was the only building or the only place in the entire county that had internet at the time. So yeah.
Neat.
Only 3 people are watching. Okay, this is going to get a retweet because this is silly. Like, why?
Ron, what connector are you hooking up to yours?
This is going to go to the motherboard on my Plus, and then it'll come out here, and then I have a TTL. I actually have a little TTL monitor. I'll try it out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm getting closer. I got 3 wires on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Probably
sorry.
Could be better designed.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, great.
Green is vertical sync. Okay. Let's find the green wire, Captain.
Don't worry. That IC. Oh, sorry. Probably ought to bring the mic back. That IC is a sacrificial IC. Don't worry about it. If something happens, then it's all your fault.
All right, we'll stick that back in there. So we are putting in the vertical sync wire on here.
Two wires. Two. Three. Three wire. Oh wait.
What brand of DSL modem do you have again?
Two wire.
It's true.
Anyway. Cool.
Ghost wires. Oh, did I turn that off? Like, what's going on?
You know, dos tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
It's my
the TRS-80 tower.
Oh, darn. Hold on. It's going to get bright in here. Ah! Kill a vampire with that light.
This was in the
Too bright of a light.
No power adapter for it though.
I'd bring it down to like 10%. That's better. And then maybe 3700 Kelvin. Yeah, I like that. That's way better. Works better with my Pallor.
Oh, that's your programmable light.
Yes, it's really great. They are made by Elgato, and I am not.
That's a cat. Elgato.
Anyway, no, that's
Spanish.
There's a space in there. The cat. It's Elgato.
Must be a video game. Elgato. That was on a Mac.
He became reanimated. Meow meow meow. Oh, that's Don Gato. Sorry. Boss cat.
Don Gato. So this takes four AA batteries to work.
One more wire. One
wire.
One wire. The 5-volt wire.
Be right back.
Which one is it? That's the blue one. Hey, I got a blue one left too. So hey, at least I put that
I
one,
also
right?
burned the crap out of myself a second ago because I heated up one of those Vias and I just like laid my hand on it.
Ouch.
That was dumb. That's Dave, put that in the blooper reel. Can you go ahead just preemptively?
Can you reenact the burn?
No. Just put like a funny sound underneath it, like a sound like an old person falling over, or like when somebody's like carrying too much stuff and they drop it. It was like something like that.
But make a YouTube short out of it. There you go.
Absolutely.
I must say, I have picked up so many frickin' subscribers from doing the shorts that it just amazes me how it drives traffic to your channel. And I've been telling some other people, like I told Alex, I said, you should do a couple of YouTube shorts. You'd be surprised, Sure. It really does. It does make a difference.
It does. Actually, the next big thing that I'm going to do to kind of help promote my channel is I'm going to do a series of spoken word presentations based off James Wage's posts on the various the various Facebook Macintosh groups.
Yeah.
Just spoken word rereading of his posts. Because I just I tried to do it earlier and I ran out of breath and like fell over and hit my head, but I'm thinking with practice, thinking I can build up to that level of stamina needed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That'd be
I'm everybody knocks on James for his love of language, and that's why I love his channel. It's because no stone is unturned. No noun is unused.
He sent me an email a couple weeks ago, and it was he was thorough. I'll put it that way.
Yes, thorough.
No complaints. I mean,
every letter is used.
Yeah.
Like Like I'm looking at this post. There's like six X's out there. How much trouble did that cause? That's a lot of effort. Nope.
So this is 6 volts, right? Yes. Oh, one of my favorite computers, Model 100 or 102. It says Model 100 on the top. On the bottom, it is a catalog number 26-3801. Whatever the heck that means.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires. They hooked up.
Voltage.
All right.
6 volts. We need something like an amp.
Now we need to figure out how to mount this turkey in here.
Cluck. Make sure very carefully. Yep, that's negative. That's positive.
Let's see.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We got one watching. Oh.
It's Eric.
It's Eric. Thank you, Eric, for being a diehard. We appreciate it. So, I left myself a little bit of room in here. Let me turn this over here. So it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So now I need to figure out a creative way
To mount it.
Mount it. Yeah.
Just mount it right there with some 2-sided tape right there on top of the
Capacitors, right? There you go.
Yes, right on top of the flyback. No, right there on top of the drive, the shield for the floppy drive.
Won't quite go that far.
Unsolder everything. Longer wires. Go.
Well, let's see here.
Works like a champ.
Let's see.
Neat.
Works like a champ.
Neat.
If I'd have been smart, I'd put some shrink wrap on that side too, but oh well. Can't be that. Can't always think of everything. All right, let's see here.
You want a portable computer? Amazing. Amazing. Here, let's go to bench cam.
Let's see.
Bench cam. Click the button, Joe. Bench cam. Squeak. Ah! I tripped it off somehow.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Don't smell any bad electric gazzes. Yeah, that's working.
Got a couple nice holes there. Maybe I can fabricate something real quick here. Hold on just a second here.
It's kind of hard to see with the overhead light on, isn't it?
I dropped the camera.
What?
Oh.
Are you okay?
All right.
Is there an earthquake in California?
There we go. That's what happens when you don't have the tripod locked down there. Hate when that happens.
Absolutely.
Can't really shoot. It's an LCD. It doesn't really shoot well. Model 102 also says 100 on the front. Well, Eric, how do we know the difference, buddy? How do we know the difference? By the catalog number?
Joe, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a knife and you're supposed to, you remember those old Irish Spring commercials? You're supposed to like just
shave it,
cut into the plastic and then burn it and smell it, and then you'll know.
No.
I can hear you now.
Well, that's good.
Helps when I plug the headphones in.
Yeah.
26-31. And all I'm getting is eBay.
Why are we getting Double Joe now?
What? Or what?
Double Joe?
We had Double Joe for a second there.
Oh.
I've got double checks. Better than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
There, you got me forever and ever and ever.
Look over here and see if I can find something here to secure that in there.
Yeah, this is a Model 100. The Model 102's model number is 26-3803, and this is a 26-3801 or 3802. This specifically is a 3801, so it has 8K of RAM. But I'll bet you we could take it apart.
Joe, we're getting Double Joes.
What? What?
I only see one.
No.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm
right.
Hearing the
There
audio
is.
loop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see him right there. Yeah.
I'm hearing the audio loop.
I don't hear any audio.
What about now, Joe? What about
Is that
now?
better?
I don't know. We'll know in like 30 seconds when your audio loops.
So it's literally looping seconds later.
I don't know.
Why not? Don't you know everything?
It's not now yet. It'll be now soon. Hold on.
It's not the future yet.
Yeah, it'll be the future soon. Come on. Hang tight.
Oh man. Cool. So, yep, this is just a standard Model 100. Nothing fancy about it.
Eric, I'm getting advice in chat here that says that if you just knock the yoke off the back of the CRT, there's plenty of room then to go ahead and mount the board. You can mount it wherever you want then.
Hey, we're gonna get creative and make something here.
Oh, excuse me.
Let's see. Make a little piece of plastic here. I got all kinds of things I can try and take advantage of your little holes that you already have in the board here.
Yep, got me through high school. I said that today to somebody else, and they went way off. Went way off. It's like,
yeah, I saw that sort of exchange. They're like, "What?" And you were like, "What?"
I was like,
Say what?
What are you talking about? That's the real question.
Say what?
I think we're at cross innuendos here. Oh man.
Oh, maybe we can use this here. Let's see.
Oh, I know why everybody freaking left.
Why?
Maciac's on.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I thought they weren't on tonight.
Like you can't have
Apparently
two
they
windows
are.
open.
What? It's Joe Rogan? What?
Like you can't have two windows open.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Justin was streaming at 6:32, I think.
Yeah.
Justin
Pacific.
D. Morgan needs to Justin D. calm down a bit. He's already lost that hat to Joe's giveaway.
I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
His brand is smashed. The next thing he'll be having to give up those what's that guy's name? Junior Samples. Yes.
Oh, Junior Samples. Hee haw. Oh yeah.
Hee haw reference. Yeah. Yeah, he'll have to be giving up them junior samples bibs, and it'll all his brand is done after that.
That's right.
That's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start wearing like that Dave Sinclair, or not Dave Sinclair, but what's the guy's name? It's like it's like he's an air conditioner dude, and he's got like the old timey hat, like what Justin wears. I don't wear one of those.
You mean like the company's called Linux, right?
That's it. It's Dave Linux. That's his name.
Linux. There we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna get one of the Dave Linux hats, some junior samples bibs, and I'm just gonna take over Justin's brand.
There you go.
Sorry, I was just looking up junior samples.
Yeah, from Hee Haw. He's kind of famous for wearing bibs.
Yeah. No surprise he died of a heart attack at the age of 57.
Listen, if you're gonna eat an entire Christmas ham every day, there are gonna be some health risks.
I mean, but on the upside, he got to eat an entire Christmas ham every day, and if that's
every day, it's like every day's Christmas.
If
ham.
that's not living, I don't know what is.
I know.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, it was until it wasn't.
Yes, he lived his life to the fullest of the capabilities of off the rack clothing.
Like, listen, man. It's
Nah,
tough. You get to a certain size. Joe, I'm a big guy. I was in your house. I knocked shit over, and there is a certain point where like you can no longer wear off the rack because it's just the problem is like I keep my weight like in one area, and then like so I'm big anyway. But it's like there's a point where like shirts don't fit and like your belts don't keep it all together, and it's rough. It's rough. It's not like you where you can go to most like any JC Penney. I mean, based on your wardrobe, any JC Penney's in the tri-state,
but they closed our JC Penney, Ron. Now what am I gonna do?
I don't know. Kohl's.
Go to Montgomery Ward, or did they close that one too?
Literally, none of those are anywhere near me. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
There's no Montgomery Wards anymore, period.
Nope.
Those are long gone.
The only thing I have for Montgomery Wards, you're probably going to laugh. Hold on just a second. Let me swing
I'll
this
show you the
around
only
here.
thing I've got from Montgomery Ward.
Right there. That thing on the wall there, that creeper, it says Montgomery Wards on it.
Nice.
I got that at a yard sale for $1.
Neat.
It works.
You want to see something I didn't get at the yard sale for $1?
Sure.
My gold senior customer service associate tag from Montgomery Ward with a register key.
Wow.
If you need to take a transaction for a check over $100,
that's it, huh?
That's right. No, I've kept this because Ward's really was very good to me when I was starting out and gave me a lot of opportunities to do things when other people would not.
Mm-hmm.
So I will always speak good about Montgomery Ward, except for the bad stuff. I'll talk. I
always like going there. I mean,
you could rock on down to Electric Avenue.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I just remember. We used to have down there in Electric Avenue, which was the electronics department, they had a thing where it was like a video distribution system where you could have play a Laserdisc and have it play like a bunch of different places. Well, the stores all had like the in-store Laserdisc that would play, and they had a very expensive Laserdisc player because it would automatically play both sides of the thing, and it would loop and it'd start over. And I just remember that for a while, the disc was late with all the promotions and stuff for the month. It would have been like first of the month and it hadn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
And so they put in Iron Eagle, if you remember that, like really crappy Top Gun ripoff Iron Eagle.
Oh yeah.
And when the disc came, or when the actual store promo Laserdisc came in, I took it and I I Mary Tyler Moored the shit out of it. I threw it up in the air, and it was like, I'm like, you're gonna make it after all. And when it hit the ground, it split in half. And guess what? It was because of the way that they were Laserdiscs were made.
Sure.
It split in half. Both sides completely playable. We had twice as much Iron Eagle after that. It was such a. It was I am literally like the first sailor that cut a starfish in half. They're like, these things getting in on nets, and then now there's 2 starfish.
Did it? You mean so it didn't hover over your head in freeze frame?
No. No matter how bad you want to make a Jake Isles band reference, freeze frame.
No.
Was that Jake Isles band?
And I know you know.
I believe it was. Yeah.
Yeah, freeze
so
frame.
don't go changing references. Please stick to the memes and
Jake
the
Isles
old
band.
pop culture that we're used to.
I see. I thought you were going Billy Joel. Shouldn't have spent that TLC penny. Shouldn't have done it.
Tell her about it.
Should have.
Tell her all the things you feel.
Maybe. No, you can't double up on the Billy Joel. Sorry.
Billy Joel.
Oh no. Eric's like, hey, is Maciac still on? It is. Hold on a second. Let me see what I can do for you guys. I feel like there's probably a good solution to this problem. And
say, leave Maciac, come over and watch our stream.
No, I just
go over there and like paste in the stream.
No, I just
come watch our show.
It's probably like a good.
Come on,
Are you
watch
going to show Maciac on your screen?
Listen, it's guys. I'm guesting on Maciac this week.
I love it. Oh man, that is hilarious.
There we go. Hey, that looks pretty good. All right.
That's great.
No offense.
Who's that guy in the bottom? We don't care.
It's Jay. It's Jay.
Jay's a jerk. It's fine.
I think that's just part of his act.
Oh, Jay. Yeah. He's a good guy. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
I get on his streams once in a while, and after, I tell you, as you know, after streams get crazy. They really go off the rail.
Mm-hmm. They can. Yeah. They're longer than the damn show.
Yeah. 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 And they only got 3 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
that's pretty funny. I'm gonna send Steve a little message here. Like, hey, did you know that I'm guesting on Maciac on?
Well, you should have us on, or see, that would be my second time I'd been on there, and then.
Oh, there we go. Poor Jay. I'm gonna look pensive. I gotta look like.
Oh, that is great. I love it.
The best. I love it. You just got to change your name now, Ron, to be like nothing, so they get sort of the little tag at the bottom, and then we can.
Oh, that seems too complicated. This joke has spiraled into work. From joke to work.
From joke to work.
Yeah, it was fun, and then you Tom Sawyered it.
Dude, you know, somebody's got to whitewash that damn fence. Somebody's got to do it, man. Might as well be you.
Hilarious.
Oh man, one of the few books I've ever read, because I do not have the attention span to read long books, and it was one of the few books I've ever actually enjoyed.
Tom Sawyer. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good story.
It was either
if you just pantomime, you're part of their conversation.
I have to change my
It's pretty
camera.
great. It's pretty great.
Ron, you're the best.
Now I can pantomime.
Oh, that is funny.
But you got to be on Mac. It's you gotta not really be on Mac Yak, but be on Mac Yak.
It's simulated, Mac. Well, all of us have been on there, so we could have an what do you call it? An extension of it there, a satellite version of it. There you go.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting, Jay. You're right. I mean, I'm in front of you. The people can't see your video, but sure, it's still. Sure, why not?
Watch it. People are going to probably be tweeting on that.
Shh, something may have already happened. Shh.
Oh.
What if you invite yourself to their StreamYard and bring their own feed?
Yeah.
It's just like that whole window as you in their window. That'd be freaking hilarious.
I think I have one of their old links.
Oh, man.
You got to tag them in it, though. That's the thing.
That is so
tagging
hilarious.
Dana is going to be the toughest part. or no, sorry, not Dana.
Everybody's saying, "Do it, do it,
Do it,
do it, just do it,
do it."
Do it. Our own compatriot Rudy is over on their freaking show. That jerk.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I love those guys. I am kidding.
You should text him and say, "Hey, what's this all about?" Not good enough for you, huh? All right. Well.
That's funny.
It is what it is.
Excuse me.
I think, not to change the subject, but I think Retro MacCast, I think they're on this weekend. They took a long hiatus from the last time.
Who now? What?
Retro MacCast. You guys were on there.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm three timers club.
Oh, you've been on there 3 times? Just 1 time for me. So.
I just all you have to do is like capture one of their pets and just hold them hostage. Hold them hostage. They let you on there. They let you on there like nothing. I mean, the cops come, but
that's too funny.
Complaining about the Microsoft UI for tablets. Really? Well, like, it's fodder. I mean, it is definitely fodder, that's for sure. I mean, yeah. Oh, man.
So you got more blue scuzzies to build, Joe? Or you already...
Nope, I'm all done for building blue scuzzies tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm also out of stock, so I can't build anymore.
Oh, you are? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not technically. I've got 50 more blue pills, but I have to flash them all.
Yeah.
So I've got to just pick a night and do that, and then I can, just put more up and sell more and put more up and sell more, and it's just a cycle. It keeps happening. It continues forever.
Yeah. Well, hey, not all that.
We do have some exciting news in the Blue Scuzzy world. I'll give exclusively to the 3 people watching tonight.
Ooh.
spill that tea.
Spill the beans.
Here, let me pull it up. I need to make sure that I have my information correct. So, looking.
Now they're talking about Ron.
No.
Somebody might have sent the link of the tweet of the picture of you over Jay.
No. That is.
Shh, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Ron's computer video, only one. No, but Blue Scuzzy. Eric has been, because he's gotten more sellers to be able to actually build Blue Scuzzy, so he doesn't have to build them all. he's been doing a lot of cool background programming work, and he's been working on implementing a few of the leftover SCSI commands that the Blue SCSI doesn't have. The really rare ones almost nothing uses, but it impacts compatibility with some really wacky fringe edge stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that he's working on that. We also found out that there's a version of the blue pill that's slightly different from the ones we use, but it's faster and has more ROM space or something like that. And with a minor code tweak, Eric thinks he can get it to work. So that means Blue SCSIs may get may get a performance tweak, maybe.
Wow.
If that works out. So we'll see.
Yep. Cool.
Just little things going on in the background. Yeah. Absolutely none of this is official yet.
Yeah.
Black pill, yes.
Black pill.
Red pill.
Red pill.
Orange pill. Rainbow pill.
Yeah.
Viagra pill. Oh, that's the pill.
Adam is insulting us in Twitter.
Oh, he is?
Joke. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you can use the black pill. Black pill's faster, but it requires a different firmware setup or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just barely, and I know just barely enough about the low level details of how Blue SCSI works to be able to build them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't ask what happens inside the black box that makes the thing do blinky lights and makes SCSI happen on computer. I just put together and give people. I exchange my services in manufacturing them for a modest money dollars amount so that people can have things. That's how I do it.
That's the magic that happens inside of it.
I'd mount it like that. That looks good. Make sure it's touching everything. Make sure the 5 volts is going right to the CPU. That's
yes.
You can't have too many volts. Then you can overclock.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna I think I'm gonna mount it like this in here. And what I'll do is I'll take, and I have some ABS plastic, and then I can glue it up, and then that way it could lay on. I won't short anything out.
Just use a bread tie. That's what my grandma would say. Just use a bread tie.
Well, I thought about that, but I wanted to look a little bit cleaner looking in that because I was going to do a metal bracket. I said, nah, let's just do plastic.
What you really need, Dave, is triple side tape.
I have that. I have Velcro too. And I will Velcro this to the plastic, and then I'll Velcro the plastic down to that. See, and we'll be good.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. I love it.
Now, now my next thing will be. Oops, I better not touch that, or I'll get the shit burnt out of me here. What I'll have to do now is do the other end of the thing here, right there. I'll have to put that on the board there.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose what I should do before
I'd almost say instead of sacrificing that cable, I would order since you've got to wait and you've got to get your SCSI SD or your
just get the connector your all up that way.
RGB to HDMI. Sorry, I'm reading the show notes here. Yeah, sorry. Teleprompter is that you could use a bigger font. That'd be great. Whatever your scaler is.
It's HDMI scaler. I have an HDMI capture card is what I have. I don't have a scaler. But
you're going to have a scaler.
Right.
So what scaler have you settled on?
Probably that one that's like $107. The
great.
one from
order it.
Black. Yeah,
order it. Do it.
In order that one, and then
Do it.
then I can wire that other end up to that the way it should be.
Yeah. Yep. And because that, his won't include a DB9 with like a little ribbon cable coming off the back, but that would be absolutely what you'd want. I would use that rather than cutting that really nice cable.
Well, I have another one too, just like it. So.
Oh, okay.
That was in the bag too. That's a brand new cable. So, but yeah, we'll do that.
I was gonna say because that's a lot of like insulation and a lot of like ground and stuff to cut through.
Oh yeah. Well, I was using this here, and then I was taking an X-Acto knife and kind of trimming it up a little bit too.
Oh, yeah.
And then I pull it all out. So yeah. But, yeah.
Ron, thought for another revision.
Yeah.
This is my little RGB adapter. And
Yeah.
I have these little these edge plates.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is designed to connect into DBs, connectors like that. You could, in theory, do something like that for this. So it could just have it. And then what you could do is
Joe, you so smart.
print out a 3D printed bracket that goes somehow into the back of the Mac. This connects to the back, so that just has a port on the back of it.
I like that. That's pretty smart. I like that. I'll have to look into that. Never really thought about it, but yeah, no, that's absolutely the way to go. Rather than have like a cable there.
Yeah, Eric.
SE here, it's got that external port that a lot of people don't use, and you can just create. There's like a billion brackets online to fill the back of it. You just take the STL file, do the mod thing.
Yeah, substitute.
Haha. Yeah, it's a pretty neat mod, Eric. It's pretty easy actually. You just got to know the pinout on the on that connector, and then but like I said, I'm going to do the that other solution there so I can hook that RGB up to HDMI and have it on a big screen. And then that way, because my thought would be, if you want to do a video on whatever you have, it's nice with this because then you can input it right to your, your studio, So that's the plan.
Yes.
It'll work out pretty well. I'm excited. I'm excited to see all your stuff come in.
Yeah.
All right, let me make sure. I'm going to go out and check Texelec for you. See if that after if it's sold out. We've been talking about it. I did order the one. Oh damn. There's one left. Uno.
You have to put the link in the private chat for me.
But that's work. I just shocked myself, by the way.
How'd you do that?
Everything in this room is live at 120 volts. If I touch the wrong two spots, I get shocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because nothing in this house has grounds, and all of the actual ground pins are bootleg grounds to neutral instead of ground. So if you touch the wrong thing, it won't go out the neutral pin. It'll go through you to the floor.
That's why you don't want to be in bare feet on the concrete floor.
Nope. That's also why all this tape is right here. So if I lean here, but I leaned around the edge right down here. Nice. Bad things.
Hey, MacAc must be wrapping up because we got 6 people watching now.
Yeah.
Yay! They did a bit of advertising for us over there, which was very kind.
Oh, that was very nice.
They're a nice group of boys over there.
They are
at the Mac Yaks.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
So now, where's your Mac Plus at, Ron?
Oh, it's at work.
Oh, good.
And it's right. It's at work next to my my 512. I actually just bought a 512 the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I didn't buy it for anything other than the keyboard. Because I got the Mac Plus, which Mac Plus has the integrated numeric keypad. So I had one of those, So I had to buy a 512 to get the original keyboard. I'd love to have a 128. Maybe I might pick up a 128 one of these days, but not right now.
Those are pain.
When you get your Mac Plus
Mm-hmm.
and you get this mod done on it,
yeah,
then the next thing you need to do is you need to raminate it.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading too. Yeah.
Let me find the link.
Because those kits were out of stock for a little bit. But
they're
608,
very popular.
Yeah, they are. I was gonna say 608 on that machine. Basically, booting 608 off ROM with if you had a floppy emu, that's everything you need.
Yeah,
that's everything.
Yeah, that's what I have on the one that I have in here. I have the 6.1 or whatever.
Eric's asking what the Raminator is. I don't think he knows.
Well, what happened was, Eric, is that a long time ago, there was a guy who figured out how to integrate applications into a replacement ROM for Macintosh, but that changed the future, a future controlled by robots. So Kyle Reese came back to 1984 to save the person that had built these custom ROMs, and then further changed the future somehow enough where James Cameron gave up on the series, and they had a bunch of kind of middling sequels, and then they made a rated R one again, and they brought him back as a creative lead or something, maybe he's executive producer. But literally there's a scene in it where Arnold marries somebody, another robot comes back and he marries somebody, and then maybe they're not married, but maybe he's just hanging out because she had a kid, and he felt bad because he came back and he killed John Connor. And then it's weird because they also brought back Linda Hamilton, and then she's like, "Oh, she didn't realize
anywhere, people.
You weigh 500 pounds. She didn't notice that." And he's like, "A relationship is not physical." But he's sitting there in a folding chair, like a lawn chair. I mean, so am I to believe that he made this custom lawn chair to trick his human family? Anyway, that's what the Raminator is. I hope that's succinct enough.
Not to be confused with the Terminator. There you go.
Right. Oh, wait, what? What did he ask about? Oh, well, never. I don't know anything about that. Oh, sorry.
Eric's telling you he knows what the Roninator is.
I think it's something. I think when you turn on your machine, it goes like. It just keeps doing it over and over again until Robert Patrick shows up. It's cool.
Mine just goes tink. Yeah. Although you can change the sounds on it. But anyway, Eric. Anyway, this is by K-Kova, and Big Mess of Wires used to make a version of it, and then K-Kova a few years ago took it over. And so basically, what it does is when you build this kit, it gives you a ROM disk. So these don't have a hard drive built into them. So you hold down on the R key, you get the little pirate icon on there, and then it'll make a tink, but you can change the sounds of it. That's the cool thing about this. You can do different sounds, and then you get into the ROM disk. And you can get 2 different versions of ROM. I got the luxury kit, so the standard kit has 3.1, and then the luxury kit has that plus 6.1 or 6.2. And anyway, yeah. So, but it took me 2 times to get it right. Okay. So the first one,
it's a cool kit. It's really cool.
It's really cool. It really is. I mean, and I mean, it boots in that thing just really fast. And I consider I have the best of both worlds because I have the blue SCSI that I plug into the back of it. I have the diode that I added to it, so I have termination power, and yeah, it's great. So, and I got 7.1 on that. Courtesy of Steve Mac 84, he put that on there for me. He went ahead and he built it for me. And he went ahead and put the on the little SD card. He put that system on there. So yeah, I got Snooper on it, which is kind of cool. I got all kinds of diagnostic programs and stuff. And so it's very neat. So it just adds a lot more functionality to these older machines that were never even thought of to be before that even was a thought in anybody's mind to do. And like I said, the 128K 512 Mac Plus didn't have internal drives. So that ROMinator kit will work on the Mac Plus. It'll work on the 512. I don't know about the 128K if it works on that or not, but I know it works on this board. It's marked. I don't know if you can really see it really good because of my lighting here. Hold on, let me flip around the other way here. But it's got. Let's see. You really can't see it, but anyway, on the pins when you're putting it together, if you're building a 512 ROMinator kit, it goes on a certain spot. If you're doing the Mac Plus, they go on a certain spot. Mm-hmm. It's a really easy kit to build. The hardest thing is the little surface-mounted chip on there. You definitely got to have a microscope, or I use my iPhone. And yeah, Joe's got a nice microscope, and that will make your life a lot easier. But if you can see what you're doing, it's easy to solder it. But when you can't see it, it's easy to have a big blob of solder crap on it, and then you go to turn on, and it does terrible things. So, yeah, yeah, basically, because this is the second Mac Plus logic board that I have in this, because the first one I messed up. The ROM is okay in it. The memory's okay in it, but I think I might have did something to the 68,000 processor.
Oh,
would be my guess. Yeah.
You can still get replacements from Jameco.
Oh, okay. I might have to send it to you so you can because the board looks brand new. I mean, it looks, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It looks like it just came out of the factory.
It's very nice.
Asking what kind of magnification you need to do the ROMinator.
You can use your eyes, because it's like you pull the high and low ROM out.
Well, if you're building one, I think.
I just used my iPhone. That worked fine. I just put on magnify, and I filmed it with the other one. I filmed it with my other iPhone, and then I used my actually the one that I'm doing this camera here. That's a 7 Plus iPhone, and I just had it on a tripod, and I zoomed in on it, the area that I was working on, and it worked good.
You can get this as a kit.
You can get it as a kit.
Well, I would say that the pin headers and stuff is all pretty easy, but there is like one surface mount chip.
Yeah.
So if you can, I would say if you could solder the SD card slot on a blue SCSI with your like naked eye, or with just like a couple of flip down magnifiers, you could probably do this.
Yeah, it's not super fine pitch. It's your standard SMD chip pitch. Mm-hmm. Also, or if you had one of those magnifying lights that's on an arm, that would probably be fine too. You don't need a lot. Mm-hmm. Or just squint and get really close, but not so close that you burn your eyeball.
Just make sure that whatever you decide to do, make sure you breathe in all of the solder fumes.
That's how vaping got started, right? There were some nerds, and they started sniffing the fumes. They're like, dude, this is a great product. What if we just put nicotine in this and it'd be even better?
Mm-hmm. Probably so.
Yeah, Eric said he's done the SD card slot both ways.
Oh.
Go there.
Solder fumes are the gateway. Oh man.
So what does the deluxe kit do for you?
The deluxe kit, you get the higher ROM with it. You get the 6.1. The standard kit, you just get the 3.1 or 3.0.
Okay. Actually, I threw a link out there in chat, but since I'm not a or you don't have any moderators here. Oh, you got Joe. Joe's a moderator.
Joe, come on.
What?
Yeah.
Alex is a moderator.
To the Raminator?
Yeah, here.
I did that earlier already. I can put it
I
in
was
there.
I was trying to make you a mod, Ron, but it wouldn't. It says it can't find you. So what's up with that?
I don't know. I'm doing.
So here's
I'm doing that emo Phillips like thing.
So this is what you get in the standard kit. Okay, that's the high and low ROM. You say it's 3.2. So that's the standard kit you get.
It says
and the only difference
Kiros
between
3.2.
Yeah, and the only difference between this and that is you get the higher ROM, and I think it's 6.1. I can't read it in here again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, option. I'm reading out here on Los website. Perfect Spanish, guys. ROM 1 for Mac Plus. Option 1. ROM 1 for Mac Plus or 512K with pre-installed System 6.08 ROM disk created by Big Mesa Wires. Option 2 is ROM 2 for 128K with pre-installed System 3.2 ROM disk. Software compatible with Mac 128 is installed. So luxury kit includes standard kit with an extra set of additional ROMs, in case the program fails with the tools software. That's cool. So just in case you got like some backup ROMs just in case. That's good. So I guess what they're saying is just make sure you do it wrong twice.
Yeah, it's always good not to do it that way, but yeah.
Well,
but yeah, it's but like I said, it's an easy kit, and then of course I helped Joe on his stream with that SpySeal clock, and that's a really neat little kit too. And it's an easy thing, and the chip on his is already on there. You didn't have to put it on there. There you go, the SpySeal clock.
Joe, you should send me one of those for my original LC.
Will the spicy work on an LC?
No, it will not.
Okay.
But it will probably make the. Actually, no. Speaking of overclocking videos, Joe has a great overclocking video on his channel where he's like replacing the clock oscillator on a Mac, and basically all it does is just make the boot chime go.
Yep.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was a really good video. It's very funny because it's just watching Joe become more and more frustrated.
It speed it up a bit.
Isn't that a short for the first Marcintosh or something like that?
It's older, but it's worth checking out because it's funny.
That whole process ticked me off. That's why it became a short, because it was going to be a whole video, but I found out during the process that all the documentation for doing this overclock was absolutely false.
Yeah.
So all it did is tick me off. So I'm like,
so it was supposedly supposed to actually make the processor run faster, basically.
Wait, so the luxury kit, do they assemble it for you?
No, you still have to put it together. Well, Ron, you get one, and we can do a live stream, or I'll help you with it. Because you do have to make sure you get those header pins facing the right way, because you can put them on either way.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like with Blue SCSI. Like people, you get them upside down, and it's like, oh, it's too short. Yeah.
Well, it'll go in there, but it just doesn't. Yeah, it won't let the socket go down all the way. Yeah. So
sounds right.
Just little things like that. But it's a great kit, and then like I said, they have that gear kit. So if you need to replace that gear in your floppy drive,
I actually somebody released that model for free out on Thingiverse, and so I printed some, and I printed like 20 of them. And then I gave some to Steve, and he was going to test them. And then I was going to give some to Joe, and then I forgot them in the car.
Oh, well.
And then Steve, I guess, promptly lost the ones I gave him, and then I can't find mine either. So, good times. I will have to reprint some, I guess. The economy kit is out of stock, so the standard kit, $33. Not bad. Not bad.
No, it's very reasonably priced, I thought.
Yeah.
I want a 608. I'd let it boot 608. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I got the higher one in this one. And like I said, boots up really quick.
Pretty nice. And then they include some apps and stuff on there too, eh?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. We won't talk about those, but I just because
Yeah.
it's like every version of Virtual Valerie. I just Mac Playmate, very unsavory. Very unsavory.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's this one bit fever dreams about breaking news? What? Mac Color Classic 2, what happened? What did we miss?
Bought a Color Classic 2, had it shipped, and it was like destroyed. Like if you remember seeing the picture, it was like it looked like it had just like cracked right along the frame. So it was like apart.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
real
crazy.
sad. It's like to ship it all the way and not protect it. But it is possible to just source another, like a US, because you got to also think that I guess the Color Classic 2 is only got a 100-volt power supply. I'm thinking, is that true? Because Japan is 220 in the north and 100 in the south. Come on,
Yeah.
where's James Wages to tell me for a long time about what the answer to this question is? Well,
so the packing.
well,
He's saying the
Ron,
packing. He or she, One Bit Fever Dreams, is saying the packing was good. Just FedEx just dropped it off the back of their freaking plane. Apparently.
Did they put a parachute on it?
Apparently not.
Oh, not good. Not good. Dave, what else are we doing here? We're coming up on 3 hours. Are we going to run this like up to the 3 hour mark?
Yeah, I think we'll run up to 3 hours. Yeah.
Well, if we're only running up 3 hours, I'll hang out for the next 9 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah, and then after we end broadcast, we'll hang out for a couple minutes. So.
And then because it's at the 7 hour after show, so I gotta be at work by 8, buddy. I'm just saying.
Oh, no problem. Well, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but right now here it's only 6:24. So, but I usually go to bed about. It depends. Sometimes I stay up as late as 10, but I get up so early in the morning because I'm always waking up every night. Either the dog wakes me up, cats wake me up.
You got to wake up in the middle of the night to play Xbox. I get it. As a man, I understand. You got to get up 3 times a night to play Xbox.
I have we never played that though.
Yeah.
Oh, I did the dance thing once. Oh my god.
The dance
where you got like
revolutions,
shadows you got to follow, and you hold a little sensors and stuff. And oh my god, I hurt so much the next day. Yeah. Well, I did it for about 10 minutes, but it's like I can't move that fast. They're like going.
It's like, am I waving an aircraft or playing a video game?
Yeah.
The kids love it though.
Oh
not as much now, but back then, oh yeah.
Hey, speaking of aircraft, I can show you something really quick. Hang on just a second. I have to go grab it. Hold on.
Do we need to put in ear plugs if you're going to land like a small aircraft in your basement? Well, if we start hearing like a buzz, I guess we know, right?
I didn't hear that. I was protecting my hearing. What?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It was really loud, Joe. You'll have to watch it on the replay.
So, Ron, you going to Kansas Fest?
Yeah, I got to sign up. I don't have the money right now. I need to sell some things. Hey, look at that.
Looks like an F4.
Hang on, I don't have my headphones on here. Hold on. Let me. plug my ear in here. Okay.
Very cool.
That's something I used to do. I haven't done it for a while. I used to do radio control aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Navy trainer. This is a T-45 Gosh Hawk. It's got the pilots in it. Of course, you have to take those out when you fly it because the batteries go in there. It's got landing gear on it. I built it. Took me about a couple months to build it. And I've flown it one time and didn't fly it anymore after that because I was afraid I was going to crash it. But I had a buddy actually fly it for me, and they radar gunned it and just did 175 mile an hour. Real speed.
Wow.
It had a 23 fin ducted aluminum fan motor in it. Runs off of 12 volts, big LiPo batteries.
Yeah.
And it give you about, conservatively about 10 minutes flight time before you have to start, looking for a place to land. But yeah, so on the third
that's
pass,
really cool.
175. So
Crazy.
I said, I'm going to let you do that because if I do it, it's only going to go on the ground. So yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'll put this back up. This thing's heavy. This thing weighs, without the batteries in it, this thing weighs about 15 pounds. So let me do this.
Crazy. I'm reading about the actual plane that it's built on right now. It's a highly modified version of the British BAE Systems Hawk land-based training aircraft. Made by McDonnell Douglas, now Boeing. Yada, 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 yada. It's just a Navy trainer, basically. Yep. Mm-hmm.
T-45. Yep. I think they still use them today, actually.
Yep. In service, it says.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all fiberglass. But it was a lot of fun, it's just a lot of fun if you like to do that stuff. Like I said, I did it for a while and I just got bored with it. But I had like a couple of them, different ones. I had like it was a B-29, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a park flyer. So it was big. It was about that size, and but they fly a lot slower because it's prop, and you can land them pretty much anywhere. But that was fun too. But if you have the need for speed, that's the way to go. Now,
that's
some
pretty
people
cool.
some people, and that was electric. I mean, there's some people that actually put the little jet engines in them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are a little bit bigger in size. The Jet Cat turbine engine is real popular, and those things, wow, those things really scream. They sound just like the real thing when it's flying. But yeah.
Very cool.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's just like I said, I used to have it hanging in my room years ago, and then when we moved to this house, it's been out here in the garage, but I need to get it hanging from the ceiling again so it won't get broke.
In my room.
Yeah, in my dirty garage.
I am not. Sorry.
So anyway, yeah. So so I'm glad that we got as long as we did. With this,
absolutely.
Like I said, I'm gonna find a really nice solution to mount it in there, and then when we get that other thing, then we will continue, and then, like I said, then we'll be able to hook that to the. I have a HDMI monitor, old Dell monitor. That's HDMI input, and so yeah. So
absolutely,
it'd be cool to see.
If you give me a little bit of time for my package from Tech Select to come in, I will. I'll have mine built too. We can watch them catch on fire together.
Yeah, hope not, but yeah.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Should be good. Yeah.
I mean, probably fine.
And then Joe needs to get one in his.
I know. One of us. I know. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? It's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
Oh no, Ron's upside down.
Yeah, that's how it goes. He's got to turn on the mirror horizontal on your platform on your Android phone. No, careful, Joe. Don't shock yourself. Eric, we have 30 seconds. What's going on? What's up? You gonna do a station sign off? How do I find you online?
Hello, Dave.
Dave.
Hello.
Dave.
Why don't you tell everybody how you can find this?
Yeah, where are you at on the
I'm
internet?
just waiting for here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Well, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, but we do other little things too. Also on Twitter, do a lot of tweets on that. I'm on MeWe once in a while, not too much, and then I also broadcast also on Rumble and Odyssey, so not just YouTube. YouTube's my main thing, but I roll them over on those two platforms just as a backup.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit more watchers that way. I do a lot of short videos. I do regular videos. So just and once in a while we do a live stream. So yeah, and yeah. So and you can also I have a e-shop store if you want to buy boring stuff like cups and shirts and stuff like that. Hey,
merch.
Go right there. Merch. That's right.
Yes, merch.
And then I'm not monetized, but I do have a PayPal donation. I do take donations. All that money goes to things that I buy for this stuff. So yeah. And yeah. So how about you, Ron? How can people find you?
Mostly I'll be behind the dumpster at the Jefferson Street Taco Bell tomorrow morning from the hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Signing autographs, maybe doing heroin. Who knows? Actually, no. I will be. You can find me on the YouTubes at Ron's Computer Videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at Ron's Comp Vids. And there's merch and things. That's out there. Just go find it. It's fine. It's fine. I got a Patreon. Sign up for Patreon. It's only Dave. How's your Patreon coming along?
I haven't done a Patreon yet. It's something I have to get into.
So Dave, it's in chat. Just wanting to ask you. People want to know when you're going to shit or get off the pot. That's the. They just want to. They just want to know when your Patreon goes live.
We're working on it. Let's just put it that way.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Just saying, it's another. If nothing else, even if you don't do much with it, I mean, it's absolutely just another media impression for whatever you're doing. Absolutely, sure. Sign up. I sign up and let me know. Activate it, but don't tell anybody, and then let me know so I can be your first.
Oh, okay. All
right. That's what I'm saying. I want my name at the top of the list as one of Dave's founding sponsors.
Oh, nice. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna do what I can do. So.
And Joe, how can people find you?
I'm not right here. Oh. You can find me on YouTube at Joe's Computer Museum. You can see it in the thingy down here. That's where I am on the YubTubs. You just search for that. You'll find me. You can find me on Twitters.
Whoa, we're having a moment now.
At Museum Joe. And you can also go to my web store, jcm-1.com, and get cool things or ask me questions or reach out to me and say, hey, Joe, fix my old Mac.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. You can also find Joe because he will be the guy in the photograph with brown hair, glasses, wearing a red and white striped shirt and red and white striped hat.
Nice.
And you'll be like, I found him.
Where's Joe?
He was right by Ron at the dumpster. Right there. The whole time. How did I look past it?
You said you'd leave me out of that.
It's okay. Somebody has to be there to like.
Eric says he's challenging me to make a date on my Patreon. I'll do it. I'll do it by the May's almost over, so
Saturday.
by the first week of June. How's that?
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Yeah,
Put
make
the
it happen.
pressure on me.
Eric, how's your Patreon coming, Eric? When can I expect to see your Patreon, Eric? I gotta shove that $30 around. Where you basically just give other people your money.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing with Patreon. If you like cross-subscribe to people who subscribe to you, you're just
Mm-hmm.
paying Patreon money to get not as much of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's weird.
That's
Weird.
right. Before he says before the first week of June.
But he didn't say what year, so he might have got us.
That's true. That's true. Could be next year. That's right. All right, guys. Well, all right. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. Ron, you got your board partially put together there.
Yeah, it's as together as it can be at the moment.
Yeah.
I
got mine as together as I can get it until I get to their gadget. So yeah. So all right, guys. Thank you to everybody that watched during the stream. I really appreciate it. And we'll probably be doing a part 2 of this when Ron gets his pieces for his machine, and I get the rest of the pieces for that machine, and then we can try to get them both working at the same time. And then when Joe gets the pieces for his machine, there you go.
I just need a monitor that'll work. That's my problem. I don't have one.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm having to do the other solution so I get the monitor to work with it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So everybody have a nice night, and we'll see you soon.
Good night.
Bye.